Let it rip.
Yeah. Are we syncing?
Sige. One more time.
Yeah.
Are we sinking, dog? Are we?
Gotta bail out the
Better
boat.
jump ship.
Wait, is it sinking or sinking?
I mean, that's the joke.
Both.
Oh. That whole "it's so clean" thing is already a thing for me and Donna because this one time I was in Australia.
Yeah.
I saw a beach Zamboni.
No, what?
Explain a Zamboni
Basically,
to the audience.
A Zamboni is one of those things that clean the ice. Have you guys
Oh,
ever seen that?
Yeah.
Those big
So hockey.
machines, like in an ice rink that clean the ice, and it's like super like smooth and shit.
Yeah. And sprays like hot water on top of it.
Yeah. So it's like a clean slate and
Like,
shit.
it's a clean
but
slate.
basically, while I was walking around the beach in Australia, there's this big machine removing all the trash from the beach.
Oh.
Yeah. It was like combing the beach and cleaning it.
It's a
and
beach
like,
sweeper.
yeah, exactly. And
Cool.
while I was just walking, it cleans this one section of the beach, and this white girl, this
It cleans the white
No,
girl.
Is she getting caught underneath?
no. After the beach Zamboni had passed by,
Yeah.
the girl just jumps into the sand, starts rolling in it, and starts shouting, "It's so clean!" and in my head, I'm like,
She
"Dude,
knows what's up.
It just removed the surface trash.
Oh
Yeah.
crap!
What about the dirty sand?"
Still good.
I mean, like, she
guess.
won't roll on, like, an empty can or anything.
I guess she
Yeah.
won't roll in broken glass anymore. That
Yeah.
counts as
Yeah,
clean.
Yeah.
Ah.
I'd do that.
I'd do it too.
The next time I see a Zamboni.
Beach Zamboni.
Beach Zambonis, those are a thing, man. Welcome to Good Trades, where everyone takes damage, everyone. This is episode what, 14?
I don't know.
14?
I think so.
14.
So,
Yeah. Episode 14. I'll be your host today, Emile from Emile in the Morning at Night, and joining me today is Migoy, the king of Migoys.
All
Right,
hail.
right.
I mean, that's your thing, right?
Is it? Some people like to say no.
From Too Much Gaming. And Raffy, the geekiest of gladiators from Geek and Gladiators. What's up, man?
What's up, boy?
And Miguel from Noobs and Cubes, the cheesiest of chimps.
He's
Yeah.
reading this out, folks.
Yeah, man. Like,
Oh, you
What
have...
a sellout.
Yeah.
Wow,
I mean,
yeah.
like-
Whoa, you do have notes.
Fucking
I
right
like,
up.
I like how Mig stepped over to confirm.
Yeah.
No,
Because first I can't believe it.
I mean, I guess the big...
Fact check,
I
brother.
mean, he is a
Is,
voice
is
actor
he really
portrayed.
reading? Or is he just getting the
He's
context
pretending to
clues?
I mean, like, I guess it's a big deal because, like, I don't usually have notes.
Yeah.
And shit.
You
just
don't
draws-
usually read.
he just
your
draws
own,
vague shapes and works off it.
I don't usually read.
You have your mind
It's a
palace
picture
for
of
you.
Migoy with the crown. The king of Migoys.
He writes in emojis.
No. Like it's a storyboard, your notes, yeah.
Miguel looks over, it's a bunch of wingdings.
The only font you can read.
Oh, man. How's it going, guys?
What's
Pretty good.
What's up?
It's
What's
great
up?
to be recording
like,
again.
what?
Yeah, man.
Two,
I mean,
3
like,
weeks of no...
2 weeks, right?
2 weeks.
Yeah.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Was
We
it
skipped
2?
2
It
weeks.
felt like 3.
It felt like 3,
felt
but I think it
three.
was 2, and I'm gonna stick by that.
Math is
No
hard.
fact checking here.
It was 2. Trust us, internet.
Someone's gonna call us up.
I mean, Carlo.
We mean Carla.
if you're still around.
We actually got to meet him
Oh, really?
for the very
we
first
did, we
time.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah, how was that?
that was really
You met
fun.
him for the first
The
time?
first time?
Yeah.
I mean, like
Well,
formally,
formally.
like actually chatted with him.
Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, we did meet him in what? In
like, game
some of
developer stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
some of the game dev.
But it was always
events.
just like, hey, what's up? I respect your work, and all very formal and shit. It's the first time. It's the first time that we just got to talk and get to know each other.
So this is from the Komiket South event.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How was that, guys? Komiket.
What?
What's that sound?
What is that sound?
Is that a groan of victory?
Did you just play Magic all day?
Pretty much?
Pretty much.
Sir, padrawing the wait lang.
I mean,
Go
I
ahead.
mean,
Yeah.
for Raffy, it's a good turnout, right?
Yeah, it was.
You guys got a bunch of
It's
missions
so-so.
and
pretty
shit,
good.
right?
Yeah, we got those done.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, it's inside a mall, so
Yeah.
it's kind of hard for people to come in and notice that there's actually an event happening.
Yeah.
Really?
There's actually an art market happening because
It
Because
wasn't
it's over to the
noticeable?
side.
Yeah.
It's over to the one of
It's
the
not
side
in-
entrances and not really the middle
yeah,
activity centers.
It's not in an activity center.
Is it
Yeah.
like the building in the shadow?
it's not that bad, but it's like it's off to the side.
You
and
can only
like
see it once it's been known to you.
there are. Oh, is this a reference to something?
Yeah,
Sorry,
it's a
it
shadow.
flew over my head.
Oh shit!
Anyway, but yeah, a lot of people in the mall probably wouldn't even know that there was an art thing there, if because the mall was really so huge.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Is it? Well, yeah. I guess.
I'd say so.
Yeah.
I'd say so. It
Yeah,
takes a
okay.
while to go around and stuff. But yeah, I enjoyed the event though.
Yeah.
Like it's good to just
I mean, we got our work put in via commissions.
yeah.
I mean, even though my sales weren't that big.
Oh.
but the commissions, dog, it's really fulfilling.
Was it wallet damage?
Not so much. We
It was-
kind of
Wallet trades?
not really.
Get some good
more
hits
of-
in.
Get some good hits in.
Are there really good hits in wallet trades?
Yeah, I mean, like that. Basically, a wallet trade is break even, right?
yeah.
Or
Okay,
almost.
okay.
Yeah,
at
Yeah,
least
almost
almost.
break even. Get some good hits in.
There was at one point we got swamped by a ton of commission
Oh,
requests,
dude.
and like
Yeah.
we had to like
We had to take down the
Yeah.
You guys have to take out the
sign.
sign.
yeah, a bunch of people just came up and would you like this? Can we have this? Can we have this and this? Draw my family, like draw
Whoa.
me,
Draw my
Yeah.
family.
draw my family, draw me in this golf picture that I
Draw
have.
me in sports,
Yeah.
something like that.
And like we were juggling like 4 or 5 different commissions between us.
Yeah.
That's immediately after the last guy, like the 5th one who went in line. Immediately after he gave his commission, when he leaves, like we turn over the sign, like take it down. We gotta work.
We can't.
We can't. We gotta stop this shit.
Were there any interesting commissions? Like, I mean, like you guys have had like weird ass commissions before.
There's the
As
Chef
usual.
Curry.
Yeah,
there's the Chef
yeah.
Curry. That was good.
I'm really thrilled that this has been like a constant running thing in all the cons. That there's always one.
Yeah.
Everyone gets one of the weird commissions. That this time
What happened this
it's Stephen Curry, basketball man Stephen Curry in Curry.
time? Ooh,
Yeah.
Bathing in curry.
That's
Yep, that's par for the course. I can do that.
yeah, that's a strong one.
Yeah,
Sounds
that's
pretty
a
normal.
strong one.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But Carlo Icodine, had had his daughter drawn on My Little Pony. 'Cause,
Ooh,
so I've drawn
Which pony?
It has to
Twilight
be-
Sparkle.
Yeah, my
It's strong.
man.
It's strong.
Aw,
you,
man.
you give one of those fist bumps to Carla, dude. And yeah, so I've officially drawn a My Little Pony now. Yay!
Yeah.
There's a lot of, I think there's a lot of
This
firsts
cold silence.
during commission time.
Yeah.
During Komiket South. Like, I also had the first time of like drawing Pokemon stuff.
Oh shit!
And-
yeah,
oh, yeah.
yeah.
I saw that.
And
Oh,
fortunately, we have like a Pokemon Lord or Professor Oak at
Yeah,
the
yeah,
back.
yeah.
Pokemon lore.
Helping us what this Pokemon looks like.
Yeah,
what,
yeah.
What's the height?
The
difference,
scale.
Yeah, the
Oh, whoa.
scaling.
Oh,
Because
whoa.
actually,
Right.
this boy just made him for fucking 50 pesos na commission. He wanted to draw like a lot of different Pokemon
Yeah.
and according to scale, like
to
anatomically.
scale.
No, I mean
Right.
like anatomically correct. Like he insisted that he wants to draw them anatomically correct.
I mean, as an artist, you have the responsibility.
I mean,
depict the
okay.
I mean, artistic license exists for a thing, but I
Yeah.
respect realism
Right. And like the
in
games,
fantasy.
Hey,
the
man,
games
like,
do have
I
the
did a,
heights.
like,
Yeah, I mean, it's in the
As part of
Pokedex.
it.
I still did some cheats there.
Yeah.
Like Totodile's in the foreground as well as that giraffe Pokemon.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, yeah,
perspective
yeah.
size.
Yeah,
man,
birds
right?
for scale.
Yeah, that's what I would have done. Like put it all Ghastly super big now because he's in the foreground.
Right.
Like that, so it doesn't matter. It's like 50 pesos, dude. Like,
Yeah,
he was drawing a ton of different Pokemon, like this motherfucking Lapras was it, and like there were like 8 different Pokemon that he's drawing on this like tiny card with an actual person, the one who commissioned, as the trainer in the middle.
Okay.
And it's like he's going all out on the different details and the sizes, and like I can see him getting strained. And like he's asking like the apparent Pokemon expert behind us the different sizes and stuff. And when he was he resolved that maybe I should increase my price for this because I worked really hard. And I said, yeah, go for it because it looks dope. And it's like you put a lot of work into it. maybe hiritan mo pagbalik niya.
Yeah, and can you imagine? It's like he goes up, like magkano yung commission? 50 pesos. He comes back to super detailed art and like
bang bang.
like
50 pesos nakalagay.
and like you're holding it over.
Oh.
Hindi na 50.
It's no. It's much worse.
But yeah,
It would
I agreed that he should like increase like even 100 just for all the hard work he put into it.
Like a lot of artists here really undercut your prices, man.
It's true.
It's probably just us.
It's mostly us. But yeah, so the guy comes back.
What happened?
The guy comes back. I'm hearing their interaction by the side. I'm trying to eavesdrop some knowledge, and like
Some knowledge.
I was trying to figure out like how is he gonna ask for it? Like so, the boy goes. So the guy says he sees the card art and it's amazing.
Yeah.
But the dude goes, ay bakit mali?
Bakit mali?
Oh no.
May mali.
Sabi niya, ay, asan si Lugia?
You forgot.
Did you actually
No, I
forget?
didn't. I drew the wrong dragon.
What did you draw?
So basically,
Wait.
wait.
Okay,
So
okay.
basically, the dragons that was in his list is Lugia.
Yeah.
Was it Latias?
Yeah, very
Latias,
confusing.
Is it Latias? Okay, so I googled a picture of Latias and saw that there's this other dragon named Latios.
So that
It's
must be
inverted
Lugia.
colors.
And it has, it has inverted colors, and I saw a picture that has their very good post that
must
I
be
can
there.
reference. So
Yeah.
I did that
Instead of
like,
Lugia.
unconsciously also drawing Latios in the process.
So
instead
you
of
just-
Lugia.
So you just erased it in your head.
Yeah.
You're like, nah, that's gotta be it.
Yeah.
It starts with an L.
when I said, what? Lugia to? Diba? Parang,
Oh
Oh
no.
no.
Reading is hard, man.
Did you not watch movie 2?
Tapos sabi ko, Dragon naman.
Oh no! What did he say?
No, I was like, it's okay.
It's
Sabi ko,
okay.
well,
50
50
pesos.
pesos.
Yeah.
Because there's
Hindi na siya naka-forma.
like, naunahan na ako dun sa...
What if you added Lugia after and then made the hit?
It's impossible. There's no way I can add Lugia.
No, but like, what about a shitty Lugia?
Yeah, like just his foot or something.
With thumbs up.
I mean, he's
right?
mostly ass, right?
Yeah, he is mostly ass.
But,
Pero wala na napahiya. Hindi na nakahingi.
Oh man. Any other con stories from you two?
we played
Yeah, that was
Magic.
during the
Most-
dead hours. You can
dead
see
hours.
us if you pass by. During the dead hours, we'd have like art stuff like lined this way, covering a subsection of the table.
Yeah.
We're playing cards.
We're just playing
We're
Magic.
playing magic cards on the side.
Oh man, oh man.
Oh, there's this one moment in day one
Yeah.
that I can't forget because one of the guys behind us offered like a sampler of cookies.
Oh,
shit,
right.
right.
You were fucking
for
marking out
everyone.
about this.
Yeah, you guys were talking about that.
Jeez,
That man
was
has blessed hands.
What were the cookies called again?
Snickerdoodles?
yeah. So
Snickerdoodles.
basically,
What
they're
was
snickerdoodles, but during that time we don't know what they called. So
Oh.
Pimp out the boy. What was
What was the cookie boy's name?
What was the cookie boy's name? Shit.
Do you have a business card?
It's incognito.
Incognito.
Captain
Incognito? As in
Dude.
cookie?
Yeah.
Yeah, shout outs to that guy.
We'll link him in the
I think
description.
He gave
think
every
he-
exhibitor a box of cookies.
Yeah.
A box.
Yo.
Three
Uh,
pack.
box?
a pack of cookies of 3, like snickerdoodle, chocolate chip, oatmeal raisin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
All of them are good.
Each exhibitor, tas parang who goes out of the way just to do that.
What
Might
is this
not be his
baked
first
goods
con.
hustle?
Yeah, at first we were like suspicious in my
They're lace.
place.
There's razor blades in the
Yeah.
cookies.
There might be spiders in it. Or something.
That happens in the book.
No, that was a thing though,
Yeah,
right?
that's the
Razor
thing.
blades in the candy?
Yeah.
Jesus.
In a
what?
cookie?
No. Okay, not in the cookie, but like
In Halloween candies.
yeah,
right?
way before in
Oh,
the States, there was
Jesus.
this huge scare that like basically one asshole put a bunch of razor blades in a bunch of candy
no.
and handed it out. And like
Like in the candy
in the
or
candy.
in the candy.
mixed with the candy?
No, in the candy.
What kind of giant candy would those be?
Like
apple.
Pwede
what's the
naman
caramel
eh.
apples?
yeah,
stuff
but
like
then
that.
like those are pretty big.
yeah, but like
I can imagine like a cookie, pero flat, like put
Yeah.
it inside lengthwise.
or like imagine a
You'd have to
caramel
actually
apple,
bake in it.
but you stick a razor blade in it, then you cover it in chocolate.
Yeah.
Right?
Nice, yeah.
Like basically that was a thing in the States, and the American media caught onto it so hard that like there's a big scare and no children were allowed to go out during Halloween. It sucked. So
Was it true?
it was an isolated case that got blown out of proportion.
Okay, shit.
But now that now that we've talked about that, back to Cookie Man, who's all good and no razor blades.
No razor blades at all. Like absolutely delicious. Like the first like bit that I've tasted was like, well, there's no poison, and kept eating it, and it's like, fuck, it's good. It's like a plus.
It's like the opposite of poison.
It's like,
But
it's
then we
basically-
tried. But then
It's
we tried
not
the
poison.
snickerdoodle.
Plus, it
Snickerdoodle.
tastes
Oh my
good.
god!
Okay, so you guys were marking.
Snickerdoodle.
Yeah, you guys
Yeah,
were marking out
dude.
super hard about the snickerdoodle. What's up with that?
At first
know.
we can't really identify.
Maybe there was
the-
drugs.
No, we can't really identify the flavor. That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
At first we thought it's butternut donuts or something.
It's way
That was
sweeter
your
than that.
guess.
Yeah, that's what my guess.
I was going for something cinnamon,
Yeah,
a blend
yeah.
of cinnamon cookie. I've never had a snickerdoodle before.
So explain, what is a snickerdoodle?
We don't.
How
know.
do you describe
How do
it?
you
It's such a basic cookie,
Yeah.
but it tastes so good.
Like
Like
it's
generous
easy-
helping of cocaine.
Like it's like it crumbles a bit easily when you're going
Yeah.
to bite it.
So is snickerdoodle like not a flavor? Is it an experience? What is it? You guys seem to be having trouble.
Yeah, it just
hard, man.
changed
You just
my
have to
life,
buy
man.
it. Yeah, you
It's
just
like
have
I'm
to buy
still
it.
hard from it.
It's like, damn, no razor blades.
hard for it. But yeah. I think that guy, Captain Incognito, also does orders and deliveries.
Yeah.
Mainly around the BGC area, I think.
Oh.
And in Brigade. So if you have,
Can we get deliveries right now?
you can
Oh.
try. But I think they have like a 2-day.
Oh.
Oh, that's
Thing.
too long.
I don't know.
For doodles. Nah.
Yeah, check out his
We
Facebook
need
page.
them now.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
super cool. Any more con stories, boys?
Boys.
Boys? I know I said that way.
I think that's most of it.
Yeah, that's most of it.
Yeah, I think that's
Komiket
most of
South.
it.
All right,
It's been fun.
since both of you already
Lesson-
talked about your Comic-Con?
Yeah, Komiket.
Yes, your Comiket experiences. Let's start off with like your
Ah,
weeks, boys.
Wait, here.
Okay.
Snickerdoodle
Yeah, oh,
is a type
facts.
of cookie made with butter or oil, sugar, and flour, rolled in cinnamon sugar. So you're right
Oh,
about
so
Cinnamon
part.
sugar.
Actually, right.
Got 'em.
And then the butter part too.
Okay.
Eggs may also sometimes be used as an ingredient with cream or tartar and baking soda.
Ooh, that's
So
it.
it's like a super cookie.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's delicious.
Covered in cinnamon sugar.
We had. I think
Sounds
that's the first
super
thing.
fattening and good.
Isn't that the first thing you asked him
Wow.
But it's a
when you
cinnamon.
tasted it? Like
Yeah.
when we asked for a card, then the next thing out of our mouths were like, "Ano yung cookie na is?"
Yeah. Tama. Yeah.
I gotta know.
Yeah.
What is this god food in our
God food?
boxes?
That's different. Food for the gods.
Yeah,
is
food for
different.
that's
Yeah.
different. What is this god tier cookie?
And Grace was also there from Fandom Feels, like
Yeah.
across the table from us, and a lot of people were like
They were
suspicious.
all
'cause that
suspicious
never
about the
really
boxes
happened.
because it just suddenly yoink.
Yeah.
Here's a free cookie.
Like,
and
it's
we
too
just
generous.
we just saw Grace like staring.
Yeah, that's why. Is it safe? Is it safe? if she stared at us, we'd be like, "Fuck, eat it!" Like, start with the doodle.
Oh man, I can't imagine like an entire con suspicious of cookies.
Well, that happens.
I guess.
I'm glad you guys
Yeah.
enjoyed your cookies.
Yeah,
Yo,
that was
Raph.
fun. All right,
Yeah, Raph man, how was your
Raffy
week?
man. Speaking of Nazis,
What? No, wait a minute.
Sorry.
That was the other week.
Oh, okay.
Whoa.
No, didn't I say last week?
Yeah.
like, Speaking of
It
Nazis.
really just stuck out with me. That's
Oh,
just
yeah.
a phenomenal segue.
Dude,
Off-screen jokes.
Speaking of
No,
Nazis.
at the recording itself.
Yeah.
He was somehow talking about.
Yeah, we were like we talked about how
yeah.
Hugo Boss like was
Hugo
like
Boss.
Right.
yeah.
But that wasn't last week.
that was last
last
Last-
episode.
yeah last episode.
There we go.
Yeah.
Let's get it straight.
So I've been playing the new Wolfenstein.
Right. I've
Ooh,
seen you
zombies.
pop up.
Oh, we're
Yeah.
speaking
That's a
about
big Nazis.
Oh,
Speaking of
so
Nazis.
big, like
How big? How big of a Nazi we talking?
really big, mechanized, like hard dong Nazis. Like, anyway, sorry.
All right.
So I've been having fun with new Colossus,
Mm-hmm.
and like I learned something about myself playing this game.
Okay.
It's weird.
This better end well.
Yeah, this better end well.
Yeah.
Because there are many
shit.
bad possibilities.
Right. Let me just power through then.
Yeah.
I like killing Nazis a lot.
Well,
that's true for everyone.
That's better than saying you are a Nazi.
Yeah. Let's just go to that. Pero no. My preferred, like, I usually go the route of stealth, right? In these types of games where there's a choice between stealth it up or come in guns blazing,
Right.
I go stealth all the way until I fuck it up. Or at least, for the most part, I do like...
You're that kind of you're that kind of player in Wolfenstein. Stealth first.
Stealth, like headshot. Like, even in my Fallout, like, the silenced pistol is stronger than... I've got so many perks on my silenced pistol. It's stronger than the assault rifle.
okay.
So, I'm a stealth boy, and whenever...
Raffy the stealth boy.
Raffy the stealth boy. And, like... Sorry, I lost myself on Raffy the stealth boy.
This will be in post.
Raffy is a stealth boy.
Yeah. Stealth.
Bullet
is his
point
name
one.
and name. Raffy stealth.
Raffy hates
Yeah,
Nazis.
lame.
He's a stealth boy.
Yeah, so whenever I get caught, I'm one of those players that resets the level, just the whole entire checkpoint.
You
That-
save scum it.
Yeah.
Huh.
Like,
okay.
like I've just recently got into the habit of like, well, okay, let's just power through, like wreck 'em. And like, sure. And it's good. Yeah.
So basically, you just try to get the perfect run. As
Yes,
much as possible.
as stealth. But in playing like Wolfenstein, this is what I discovered about myself, is that I think I enjoy just going in guns blazing.
Yeah,
I think the game is
I'm-
designed for that.
I'm kind of like curious why you go with the stealth first.
I didn't even
perfect
know there
run,
was
because-
stealth in Wolfenstein.
Yeah, there
Oh,
is.
for real?
Yeah, plus with a
like-
name like fucking BJ Blazkowicz, right?
Yeah.
Like Wolfenstein's stealth is the kind of like very fast, very brutal.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't even require that much waiting.
Yeah.
You just have to go, like run.
Oh, you
through.
can like
Run
do kill
straight
chains
line.
and shit?
Yeah.
Not really. It's just like run up to a guy. He doesn't take him out like in the stealthiest way possible. He just straight up like hacks like a ledge,
Right.
like a limb, and like goes for the throat. Like even the stealth kills are brutal,
Oh yeah.
and they don't
Is it
look
like
very
Doom?
stealthy. Yeah, but I still try to go with the silenced pistol and all that stuff, and like
should play Metal Gear.
something just. I mean, even in Metal Gear, I'm like just. I hate it when I hate it when like I get caught and I have to hide and all that shit.
Yeah.
But
Like,
I just want I kill
Right.
them straight through the first. I don't want to wait in a little fucking locker or some shit. So I try to do it like perfect. But now like I just enjoy like being double wielding like double assault rifles, throwing
Right.
grenades, like blasting people.
Blazkowicz.
That's the
Blazkowicz.
best feeling in Wolfenstein.
I think it really is made for
You
that.
feel
more.
like a god when you do it.
yeah, it's
And
totally
like,
made for that, man.
pero pwede rin kasi it's like it parts Dishonored din pag stealth. It does stealth the way Dishonored does stealth.
really, it does.
But it doesn't-
Without the blinking.
I think Dishonored is
Right.
the most notorious when it comes to actually safe scumming, like because it really rewards you when you stealth it.
Right.
Totally.
So yeah, I can.
But like
because
this
of the
game,
chaos and
Wolfenstein
stuff
is
like that.
more designed for like the shoot bang actions.
Yeah.
That's
Like
true.
it gives you all the weapons that you can hold with
Yeah.
the weapon wheel.
And like you don't even have to pick up items this time. You just run over it with your feet. And
Oh, then you just auto pick it up?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
And there's even like an explanation for it. Like BJ's armor just automatically converts the
Oh,
metal
cool.
into
Into ammo?
ammo.
That's sick.
Super sick.
That's dumb and unnecessary, but that's
But
sick.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I think it has something to do with the plot, right? Of the
Yeah.
of the second Wolfenstein game.
Yeah,
This is the
before.
second.
Yeah,
But this is like
Yeah, yeah.
the expansion, right? New Colossus.
Oh, it's the sequel. It's the
Oh,
sequel,
sequel,
to
right.
Oh, it's
Order.
Sequel to the
Sequel.
reboot.
It's-
Yeah.
I thought it was an
Sequel.
expansion this whole time.
Oh
No. You're thinking of the New Order.
There
Yeah,
you
no
go.
order.
That's the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah. The New Order is the parang 1.5, right? Or
It's-
The
New Order
expansion
is-
of the
first-
reboot?
Like it's the reboot. Yeah.
Reboot.
The
Reboot
expansion
is
is
new.
like something
Order.
blood something.
New Blood is the expansion.
New Blood
There
is
you
the
go.
expansion.
It's a little confusing.
It's too much new.
It's
And the, or whatever.
yeah, but like
BJ.
BJ. Also, like I can't imagine. Also, speaking of BJ,
Good
Is that a
segue.
teaser?
Good segue.
Good segue.
No, but it's like crazy that one of the most well-written characters in all of video games right now is named BJ Blazkowicz. Like he's such an awesome character when he's in his own mind.
Yeah,
like he's so poetic and like
Really?
introspective, and the way he calls things like very romanticized and like flowery words. But when he's talking out loud, it's like kill Nazis. I'm gonna kill some Nazis. But when he's in his own head, it's like, I'm missing so much.
I think I've discussed this. Like I've discussed this before in a in an old TMG podcast episode when I tried to play Wolfenstein.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's the other universe.
Yeah, dude.
that's after the BJ.
yeah. But yeah, BJ Blazkowicz, like even like the actual script of Wolfenstein, the New Order and the Second Colossus is really good.
Yeah.
Like in the New Order, they kind of find a way to make like relationships and like the sex scenes work.
Yeah,
There are sex scenes?
Yeah,
Oh, hell yeah.
there is
Hell
a
yeah.
sex scene, yeah.
tits and ass, and dongers.
And it
All
doesn't
just-
feel
Can't forget
that
dongers.
like I don't know.
Forced.
Yeah, or it has meaning at least
Yeah,
when you.
it's not like
when you
Mass
play through
Effect
it.
where we bone
Yeah,
now.
dude. Forget bone,
We're-
that's a reward.
We like each other enough. Let's bone.
It's time
Yeah.
to bone.
We're fighting the old space gods. Let's bone first.
And there's this bit in the first Wolfenstein game where you find tapes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Like audio diaries of one of the protagonists in the game.
Mhm.
And it really adds like more depth to BJ's character.
Okay.
Remember that one?
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, it's a really good game. You guys should like play it.
Really great character. I can't imagine like this
And he's-
like he looks like the stereotypical like bro dude,
Right.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
'Cause
Jack kill Nazis dude.
He's the original dude from the first Wolfenstein game, right?
Yeah.
yeah,
he is.
he's
And
he
he
is
had no
essentially a stereotype.
He was basically the Doom guy.
Before Doom
Yeah,
guy.
Yeah, before Doom guy.
But like the way they treat him in the new games is like super introspective. Like he has so much insight on all the different things, and I feel like that's super appreciated because that's how he thinks in his mind. That's
Yeah,
why
As
when he
he's shooting these fucking
he
zombies.
speaks out
at
loud.
these
It's like
Nazis.
I'm gonna kill these Nazis.
Man,
So
that
He can't express himself.
that makes me wish like that was the way they treated Doom guy in like the new Doom game.
Yeah.
Like that makes me wish that they developed Doom guy's character.
Oh, I think they did.
Did they?
did they?
It's a really good take on Doom guy.
He
Oh,
seemed
for real?
like
One?
an angry motherfucker.
Yeah, but basically,
I didn't even know he had a character.
Yeah,
I didn't know he had a
basically
name either.
Doom guy in the new Doom is some sort of
Experiment, right?
No, he's not an experiment.
Really?
He's a
But he was on the-
legend.
Legend?
That's true. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
really
yeah.
cool.
He's
It-
known as like that guy, that
The
got through
legendary
hell and
Doom
shit
guy.
like that.
So it's the same dude also.
It is the same
It's,
dude.
it's the same.
But like-
from the very first
From
one.
the first
But
one.
like whenever there's any dialogue, he just like
Yeah, because that's the thing. Like that's the game's take on.
he's
like,
just angry.
No, he's just he doesn't tolerate people just talking to him.
Yeah, because like
Like because that's like a staple in first-person shooter games. where,
Right.
like, yeah, there's this guy.
There's
like,
the walk and
this
talk.
APC, Yeah,
Mhm.
there's just a walk and talk thing. Like,
Info dump.
it's just no. I just want to play the fucking game.
yeah, because
Yeah.
like with what I have seen, I think he was in an elevator and there was like a screen talking
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
And, like,
Yes.
like the screen was saying, "Oh, yo, it's super important that you do this, and Doom guy just punches the screen
Yeah.
before he can finish. And I'm like, wait, I wanted to know.
Yeah, that sounds intentional.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
it's making
yeah.
fun of modern games having too many instructions.
That's
Yeah.
it.
Mm.
And then there's this one scene where he just throws the monitor of,
No, for
of
real?
the guy who's speaking.
Really?
Nice.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's really good.
I think we'll take a quick break.
Oh sure.
And we'll start up again with the Raffy stuff.
Okay.
Okay.
Was there more?
Was there more?
Tell me more.
We'll be right back, guys.
Tell
Good
me
trade.
why.
More Nazis after the break.
More.
Don't play like German Nazi music.
99 Kriegsminister, Streichholz und Benzinkanister. Hier wenden sich wir schlaue Leute. Battletech und Batterbeute. Liefern Krieg und Wolkenmacht. Man, wer hätte das gedacht, dass es einmal so weit kommt? Wegen 99 Luftballons.
Welcome back to Good Trades, everyone.
Moment of
Ew.
silence.
Shit, ano? Wait lang. I think that's good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. Welcome back to Good Trades, everyone.
Impromptu moment of silence.
Yeah, dude.
Please, no one cut that out.
A peek behind the curtain, ladies
Oh
and gentlemen.
god.
That's how.
Sync words.
That's
Yeah,
how we
dude.
work.
Sync words and shit. Welcome back to Good Trades.
Hello.
When we last left you, we were talking about
Nazis and how we want to kill them.
and how Raffy discovered something new about himself. But if you want to know about that, listen to the first half of the episode.
We're not gonna.
No, I mean, no.
You're probably,
divide this episode
already
into
heard.
Yeah, I know.
pieces.
Oh,
It's fine.
So-
Let him have it.
So, anything else happened in your week, Raff, man?
I've also played Emily's Away.
Oh,
Emily's
yeah.
Ah.
Have you guys seen this? Have you guys
I
played this?
own some form of it, but I've never booted it up.
It's
I
great.
think I saw pictures of it.
Yeah.
So it's what is it? What is
It's like
Emile's Away?
it's like an
Gone
aim-
home.
Like no, it's not. It's not really Gone Home. But it's a game that's played out like an
voyeur.
old AIM messenger. Like
Yeah, I've seen
Like-
screens of it. Yeah.
like where you're chatting with your friends and stuff like that. Like back then in the early 2000s,
Ah, the good old days.
the good old days of high school and shit.
Oh god, no,
Yahoo
not those days.
Messenger.
Yeah. Yahoo Messenger with all the emotes, and you choose your icon, your profile.
Oh, is it like
avatar.
is it a screen on a PC?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you've seen it,
Oh.
and if you'd seen it, like you'll see the old Windows XP background.
Right.
It's in the back.
Cool.
And like when you boot up the game, it boots up the old XP sound.
Cool.
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, and when you shut it down, same thing.
Is it actually the XP sound, or is it something resembling it?
Something royalty free.
Yeah, I'll have to check. My ears are really bad.
Oh.
But yeah, it's something resembling it, like parang ganun. And you can put also like quotes in your like avatar, like we usually do, like what we did
Oh,
last
right.
time.
You shared a screenshot of this,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then Emile's friend thought it said Emile is away.
Emile is away.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
That's
So-
the joke.
So like you're talking with Emily, who's your friend, and like
Also, you're chatting with her,
also you're chatting with
but she's away.
yeah.
He leaves you on scene.
Is it like a ghost Emily? Oh shit!
Is it a horror?
Actually, you guys just really need to play it. It's just 30 minutes.
Is it
Really?
free?
It's free also.
Oh, nice.
Like
I didn't know that.
you have to pay for the sequel, but
What?
the
What?
No. I mean, if you want to pay the sequel, you'll pay. You'll have to pay
Cool,
for
cool.
it.
If you want to pay for the sequel, you'll pay.
No,
What?
no,
What
sorry.
were you saying?
You're gonna
If you
pay.
want to play the sequel,
You gotta pay.
you gotta pay for
Okay,
it.
okay,
But
okay.
the first game is free,
Nice.
and like
okay.
it chronicles your relationship with Emily throughout like 4 years of you guys chatting
Okay.
with each other. Like it checks in at random days, and these are the 4 like times that you've chatted with her. And so the way it works also is that you pick a response.
Oh, okay.
She asks like a question or like how you're doing, like that, and you choose one of the responses, and you have to type on the keyboard. You don't have to type the actual letters, but you have to like press some stuff,
You
and
have
the
to-
letters come out.
You have to make
Ah.
clacky
Oh.
signs.
You have
cool.
to make clacky sounds.
You pick a
basically.
choice and then you pretend to type.
Then you pretend
That sounds
to type.
cool.
It sounds
cool.
cool rather than just the picking,
Right.
Yeah.
picking responses.
It
and
adds
stuff like
a
that.
layer of immersion.
Right.
Yeah.
The illusion of typing.
Yeah.
Because reading is hard.
So
Typing is easy.
I want to present this as for the approval of the Good Trade
Oh,
Society.
it's fucking. Where's the sand?
Where's this-
You gotta throw the sand.
Throw it into the bonfire.
It's
Fucking Canadian TV. Let's go.
Dude,
Yeah.
man.
It's 30 minutes. I was about to spoil it, but I just thought it would be a good idea to
For us to
have as
play it.
homework. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
It's
man.
free. It's really short.
Is it a scary game?
I don't have a laptop.
I don't want to spoil
Oh
anything
my
else.
god.
I'm sure it'll work. It works on XP.
No.
You think that, but his laptop is really tsundere.
Yeah, as in I'm actually sending it over to the States to get it
Oh,
played.
About
finally.
time.
Yeah, about time indeed.
Ooh, we've needed that. Like,
For a while.
We've all needed that for you.
Actually, yeah.
That's true.
All those who missed
Been a while.
Overwatch games and
Oh, I also miss playing.
This is the obligatory
Feel
Pause.
bad about Emile's laptop section of the show.
and,
Emil's mysterious laptop.
Yeah, dude.
and aside from that, I finally watched Hamilton in some form. I've seen the animatic on YouTube.
Okay.
It does a really good job of capturing all 2 hours of Hamilton. I finally got into it. I know the songs. I know everything. It's such a great show.
Okay.
And I feel like such an idiot for just knowing it now, 3 years after it really hit.
Hey man, we haven't known.
Yeah, that
Hamilton
makes us
yet.
feel like extra
Yeah, like
idiots.
I've only found out about Hamilton like late last year.
I'm sorry. Oh, really?
I've heard some of the songs, but I
Yeah.
didn't know it was from that.
I see.
You know, I don't think
So-
I've actually.
so-
like, I don't think I've even heard any of the songs.
Oh,
Really.
for real?
Okay,
Yeah.
so
You've probably heard at least
Probably,
one or
but-
two.
Yeah.
can you at least tell us a summary of what Hamilton is? Because
Oh, yeah.
from what I just presume what Hamilton
has
is,
no
it's
idea.
basically-
Okay, here
it's
we go.
basically about Rip Hamilton from the Detroit Pistons.
Wait, what?
From the Detroit Pistons.
What the heck? No.
Oh man,
Even I know that's
what a
wrong.
fool!
Hey, dude, sports.
Sports
guy.
fool.
sorry, Raffy.
I mean, yeah, like we haven't actually talked about the regular. We haven't explained a single premise about Hamilton.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
is Hamilton?
And like the
So-
title doesn't really do that justice. Also,
Oh, yeah. So, Hamilton is a hip-hop musical.
It's hip hop?
Yeah.
right?
I thought that it was a period piece.
No,
It
is.
It is a period
A
piece.
hip hop
Yeah.
period piece?
Yeah.
About Alexander Hamilton, one of the founding fathers of America.
So he's
It's sick.
So I was half right.
Yeah, sure.
Cool.
Sure. Okay. We'll give you that. We'll
go
give
with
you
you're
that.
winning.
But yeah, it's presented in such an awesome style, and the songs are all so good. Like as a newly discovered musical nut, fuck, it's so good.
Okay.
Cool. I gotta get
I'll-
on that. Animatics, huh?
Animatics, it does the whole thing, and coming from that, I recently also from that it stemmed into me going to a deep dive on YouTube. Like I'm sounding like Emile right now.
What do you mean?
So,
I fell into a YouTube hole?
yeah, that's,
So you saw
But
a lot
yeah.
of synthol guys.
How many tabs did you have open?
How
lot
many
of
synthol
skateboard.
biceps did you caress?
That's your YouTube hole.
far too many. But yeah, into freestyle rapping. And there's some like dope MCs that kill it out there.
Did you fucking
Like,
come across Shia LaBeouf's freestyle rapping?
What?
There's a Shia
Is
LaBeouf
there?
freestyle.
Oh, dude, when he was trying to be a cannibal,
Huh?
it's really bad.
What is this?
I don't know about this.
This
Post
is
Transformers, dude.
Please explain some more.
Oh man, it's something you need to find for yourself.
But yeah, I guess that's
Is this the rat tail era of Shia LaBeouf?
That tail era?
when he wasn't
When
taking a shower and shit.
Yeah.
oh no,
wow.
So he was all
Okay.
filthy, and then he was trying to rap. It's
boy.
not
Interesting.
no skill.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, but that's me, I guess.
That's you?
Yeah, sure.
All right. That sounds good. What about you, Migs? What has been going on in the weeks for you?
So
Comic Con Part 2.
is it? No, it's,
No, we're done with
yeah,
that.
I mean,
You
we're done with that.
contributed
Yeah.
your tale to
What
the
else
drawings.
have you been up to, my man?
Well, aside from like I can go with a quick rundown of stuff I watched.
Got a
like,
list.
yeah.
like
Uh-oh.
like
What were you all
Dan-
peering into his list? What the
Yeah.
fuck?
Is he really reading it?
I don't.
It's a bunch of pictures too.
So
Big secret we all
so
can't
basically,
read.
basically, of course, we got Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
So during break hours, I usually watch a lot of anime garbage.
As
I
you
mean,
do.
yeah.
There's a lot in Netflix
There's
right
a lot
now.
of yeah,
There's a
surprisingly,
lot.
right?
Actually, it is surprising how much anime Netflix has now.
Like-
Yeah.
It's
Anime garbage.
No, dude,
it's
compared-
specifically garbage. Yeah.
Like compared
There's
to
enough
last
feet.
year's to the current months,
Mhm.
like the current recent months, like there's a lot of anime garbage.
Oh crap! Just shitting on
Seriously.
it.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
like, I've been looking through it, and there's, it feels like Netflix is trying to compete with Crunchyroll in some manner.
Kinda, yeah. There's a lot of
Yeah,
mainstream
it is.
stuff
Yeah,
there too.
yeah.
Or probably because there's a demand in Netflix viewership
Yeah.
for
I
anime.
guess because Crunchyroll doesn't really apply to a lot of countries.
That is,
Yeah.
yeah, this is true. So yeah, I've watched anime a bit in Netflix,
What
such as
anime? Or are you too
Danganronpa.
embarrassed to?
Oh yeah, he
Danganronpa
did
3.
Danganronpa 3.
So-
Wait, but wait. Big question about the Danganronpas, because like I was looking at them and I wanted to get in on it, but something in my head was telling me that I needed to play the games in order to understand this. Or is that wrong?
No.
Really?
You could just watch it all, but you need to watch or play from the start.
Yeah, because like I heard somewhere, I forget where, that the
probably
anime
yes.
is like an extension of the
Yeah,
game.
Migs is gonna get into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
I think
Danganronpa 3 is different from V3.
Yeah. So I think the best way to experience Danganronpa is play the first 2 games, then watch the season 1 of
Oh,
Danganronpa.
I'm tired already.
Yeah, I know. And then watch, or you could just play Danganronpa 1 and 2 and then go watch 3. Because 3, interestingly, is like the final arc of the game's
Of that story.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I was thinking.
Because Danganronpa V3 is in a different
Yeah,
arc.
Danganronpa V3, which is the game, is a different story with different characters.
Yeah,
Okay.
it isn't related to the characters from 1
Right.
and 2 somewhat. Because I played the demo, Nagi's still there for
Oh, it's the same
for some
world.
reason.
It's just
Yeah,
a different
same-
cast.
Yeah, probably set around X
After.
years after X years.
XX.
Yeah,
It's Mega Man.
Yeah, I know.
and
Mega Man X.
yeah, but yeah, Danganronpa 3. If you've played the games, you could appreciate a bit because it's part 1 of Danganronpa 3 is like it features the original Hope Speak Academy students in Danganronpa 1, like the
Like a
survivors
flash.
at least.
Oh, the survivors.
Yeah,
because
yeah,
things happen.
Spoilers.
yeah, spoilers.
Okay, that's the premise.
Yeah.
I see.
Because it sort of plays like Phoenix, right? Where there's a court mode.
I see.
And like the initial, at least the rules of the first part or the first game is you're trapped in a school, and then there's a bunch of students who are like the ultimate of something.
Yeah, the best of the best.
Of that particular field that they're in. So you could be Emile could be like the ultimate voice actor.
Yeah,
And that's all he's good at.
Nazi.
Right. That could be
Whoa.
Raffy, the ultimate Nazi. Diba? Parang
Killer.
ganun.
Nazi killer.
It could be.
Nazi
Like,
killer.
it could be anything, even like the ultimate burger eater.
Dude.
You're part of
the
it.
best at
Do you
some
remember
mundane thing.
you played Danganronpa 2, right?
No.
Oh, you haven't? Okay.
I don't know. I just know the twist.
In the show, there's the ultimate sister.
See, like,
It's so dumb.
that's also how you get drafted to that school.
Yeah,
Be the best.
Like-
at
Like you
They-
get an invite.
they select the best of the best in the school.
Right.
What if you're the best at being the worst?
There
You could
is-
still,
yeah.
Really?
yeah,
You can still make
that's
it.
part
Make
of
it.
it. That
Best at
counts.
being the worst.
No, like imagine like the really worst guy ever.
Yeah.
As in like
But he's the ultimate of that.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Hitler. Like he's the best at being unlikable.
The ultimate Hitler.
The ultimate Hitler.
Wow.
Oh no.
But anyway,
no,
yeah,
but-
part. Yeah.
Like the rules of Dangan is that you get drafted to that school.
Yeah.
You get knocked out when you go in.
No, somebody gets murdered. You solve.
No.
You
Like,
solve
the rule is you have to murder someone, but
Yeah.
don't get caught.
Yeah.
Literally,
I'm into it. I'm into it.
you have to murder one of the members, not get caught, and once that trial is over and you're scot free,
Yeah.
you get released
Yeah, and everyone dies.
because you're trapped in the
Everyone
school.
dies.
Yeah, that's the thing. If,
No, they're
if-
still trapped, right?
no. If the murderer got away, everyone dies.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
And
what
then if
the
the
fuck?
murderer got caught, he's
They
the one
get
who's
killed,
gonna- yeah,
yeah.
They get killed. They get punished for it.
Okay.
Yeah, like
with
the,
an elaborate like
Yeah.
animation
It's
of how
some
they
sort
die.
of like think about Battle Royale, but in a fair
in Phoenix Wright world.
system. Yeah.
because
Interesting.
the only thing I know about Danganronpa is like it's some form of death game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some point
Basically, a death game.
All I know
So-
is Monokuma. Am I right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where he is
The
from.
black
That's
and white bear.
The robot
Yeah.
that doesn't die.
So
Kill
yeah,
stuff? Is he
He
the
can.
bad guy? Okay.
he's the best.
He's the vessel for the bad guy.
Interesting.
He's like the puppet from Saw,
Mm.
except he's a robot, so
Yeah.
he can actually like move around and shit.
Yeah.
Sweet.
So anyway, that's part 1. So part 1 features the survivors, and there's
From
this
the first game.
yeah from the first game. Then there's this arc about the Future Foundation,
Yeah,
which is the name of their group
After the first
of,
game.
like the emissaries of hope.
Yeah.
Because it's all about hope
It's
versus
about
despair.
Yeah, hope versus despair. That's the
Okay.
thing.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's the main thing in Danganronpa. It's hope versus despair because despair literally destroyed the world, and it's in the post-apocalyptic setting.
Yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that about Danganronpa.
Like people
Yeah,
went nuts and
well,
started killing
thank-
other people.
You're welcome
Okay.
for being spoiled, Emile.
Oh,
So anyway,
I feel like that's okay.
Anyway, but yeah,
I feel like I'll forget.
like the first
There's too
half-
much Danganronpa
Yeah,
already.
dude,
so
the first half was really interesting because it's typical Danganronpa, where everyone is inside another
Some other school
another
type thing?
building, and then they're
Okay.
trapped and they need to kill each other. And then the second,
How does this keep happening?
I don't know. And worse, it happened on the Future Foundation members, which
All
is
of them?
yeah, basically
Damn.
the actually head honchos of each branch.
Dang.
But anyway, in a weird twist of events, part 2 of that show became a flashback, which features the characters in the second game.
Which is a different game
Yeah.
also.
So it
that happened
it basically
separately.
tells
All right.
the origin story of those students.
Cool.
So that's the cool part because
Yeah, 'cause you don't
that
get
thing
most
got
of that, as
touched
far as
a
I know.
little bit
Right.
in the
Yeah.
second game. So this
But it's
one,
focused clearly on like the other guy, and
Yeah,
then there's a
the
big twist that
protagonist.
happens.
This reminds me of how to consume like dot hack back in the day.
Yeah,
because
exactly,
there would be
exactly.
the game, there would be the anime, and then there would be like the OVA included with the game that you also have to
Oh,
watch.
no.
Dot hack
Christ.
Luminosity or something.
Oh, God,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
At least this one, like the anime story is just the game story,
Okay.
except for this third iteration, which is
Yeah.
completely new.
Yeah, man. Because
I see.
like as much as I love dot hack, fuck, there's like fucking 3 kites running around.
Yeah.
No
yeah.
idea.
That sounds like
An
some
older
Kingdom
one,
Hearts
a
Yeah,
younger
yeah.
one,
Oh, yeah.
the fake one.
For sure, it's like
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts. But anyway,
Kingdom Hearts is
Kingdom
dumber.
Hearts. Bullshit.
Kingdom Hearts is way more
It's way
complicated.
dumber.
You know, like since you brought
Fuck you, Kingdom Hearts. Die in the fire.
I can't wait to
love
play
the
you.
new one's
I can't
coming
wait to
out
play
though.
you.
Since you were talking about Danganronpa though, there was something I wanted to bring up because like I've been seeing it in all my ads everywhere.
Oh, no.
Which is very similar
Hmm.
in a sense that it's also a murder mystery.
okay.
I've been seeing ads for it. I forgot. Like I think it's called Busted on Netflix.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen this too.
You've seen these ads,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Wait a minute. This
Go,
is the
explain
Korean
it.
variety
Yeah,
show.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
murder
that's
variety
it.
show.
It's
Yeah.
basically the guys from Running Man.
Really?
Yeah, it's.
I always
it's
skip
that
the ads, so I
grasshopper
never
dude.
know what
No,
it's
dude,
about.
It seems good.
Dude, this
It
ad
seems
seems
good.
really
It's
good
really
because like
good.
they get like 8 Korean people because it's in Korea.
Yeah, of course. Come
Okay,
on.
okay.
Is that racist?
It doesn't matter. They get 8
Doesn't
people.
matter.
They get 8 people. Someone's dead, and they have to figure it out.
Yeah,
Oh.
while juggling with a variety of mini games.
Wow.
That sounds dope. Let's
Yeah,
just
that
say
sounds
It
cool.
sounds
I kind of
really
want to
cool.
watch
I
it.
need it.
It's,
in
it's,
my
sounds
it's,
so
it's the same
stupid,
guys
it's
from
cool.
Running Man and from those variety shows in Korea.
Mm-hmm.
I
So
don't
is
know
it going
any
on
of
right
them.
now?
It's really good.
I saw it on my Netflix.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
it's in
yeah.
Netflix.
So,
It's there.
it's there. Okay, good.
We gotta watch
So
it.
anyway, Danganronpa's okay. Like I give it probably a 7 since I'm a fan of the games. But if
Cool.
you're someone who's just going to watch the anime
Going
series,
raw.
it might be a little bit 50-50.
Okay.
So yeah,
I've only watched the first season of the first story, which is based on
Right.
the first game, and because at the time the only way you can play the game is on the fucking Vita.
yeah,
At least now you can play it on PS4 and on Steam.
yeah.
So like I watched it because I had no Vita and no way to play it. But you can clearly see where the video game part comes in, because especially in the court segment, which is hyper stylized, just like that,
yeah.
just like how it is in the game.
Yeah.
Where it's like 2D assets rolling around the 3D field. Yeah, and
Yeah.
it jumps to characters talking, giving their statements. And then Negi, the main character, will
protagonist, yeah.
interject. And then like a little pop-up of him shows up with motion.
Wow.
And he goes,
Okay.
Chigaimasu, which is like...
Hold it.
Whoa.
it's basically objections.
Yeah.
But like he shows up like it's a fucking video game mechanic
Yeah.
right there.
Like
Cool.
those are sections that works in the video game because it's interactive. Of
Right.
course, if you're playing.
But
it.
because it's not the game, like the character is figuring it out before you can,
Yeah.
which kind of takes away the fun of it.
Yeah, that's it.
So that's my only gripe. But otherwise, it's a regular, solid anime to watch.
Also, another pro on this show is
Yeah.
the music.
Music.
The
Oh,
music's
good.
really good.
Really
It's
good.
really good.
Cool.
So anyway, other than Danganronpa, I watch Agretsuko. I think we've already.
Have we talked about
have
that?
I've watched it too.
Have
Not
you
yet.
watched it, Raffy?
I have also watched the Agretsuko.
So
That's fine.
we should just discuss it next time once Raffy
Oh,
gets it.
how big of a
I
spoilers
don't think-
are we talking
yeah, I
about?
don't think
It's
they're
fine.
super
I
spoilers.
just want to. I just want you to experience it because it's about work.
It's about you, Raffy.
Yeah, it's about you,
Oh.
Raffy.
I can say to that because it's about work, but like the way because I thought it was just gonna be the trope na
It's about work culture,
right.
at
It's
least.
it's also like the premise is there's a red panda She's a girl.
Okay.
She's 25 years old. She hates her job
She works in data entry.
I don't know what this like.
in accounting.
Accounting. Yeah.
Christ
Ooh.
alive.
And she gets through her anger
Yeah.
by singing death metal in karaoke.
Yeah. And
So parang yun yung
that's-
I
that's
thought like
okay.
because the premise doesn't sound super like it's I can get the appeal. Parang I thought that was just it.
Yeah.
So like I put off watching it for a while because I thought
Oh,
that was the
okay.
only shtick. When I finally watched it,
It's well executed.
it's
well
super
executed.
cute.
Yeah.
It's well executed.
The characters are real.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
They
like
are
they're
well-developed.
interesting and well written.
Cool.
They feel like these animals feel like real people.
Yeah, you could relate to
They're
someone.
basically real people.
Dude,
Yeah.
basically.
Like you could point out someone. Oh, this is a Honda. Or
Yeah,
this
yeah.
is
Yeah, you've
this is
probably
Lori.
met a version of these people before.
Cool.
And
It's really
like
good.
the English dub is amazing also.
I actually haven't listened to the English
It's
dub.
Yeah, me
like
too. I
the
haven't
Japanese
watched it.
dub is fine, but I think due to the comic style, like the humor that they're going for, it's delivered very flat.
It is.
Like
It
there's
is.
a character whose voice is flat, which is the best girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is.
It's
Pinnacle
cool.
best
Like
girl.
she talks like a robot, she laughs like a robot.
She laughs like ha 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 ha.
Like she's monotone as fuck. But
What's her deal?
it's kind of she's the work friend,
Okay,
the
yeah.
other girl, and
Okay.
parang
Good at social media.
a lot of the other characters kind of talk the same way.
Yeah.
Like their emotions don't get past because it's a Sanrio character, so it's cutesy and what. So parang I think to get the humor across, they also deliver it very flat. But the English dub delivers it like it's people talking.
Really? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
cool.
Look
I'll
up
get on that.
Mig shared that scene of Feneko laughing in 3 languages.
Yeah, that's
Just
that's
listen-
really interesting.
Yeah.
Listen to how Retsuko reacts per language.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
I'll put
I
that in.
find the American one is the most convincing of the 3.
Cool. Cool.
And is this canon Sanrio?
Yeah.
Yes,
totally.
they joke about it too.
Yeah, surprisingly,
Oh,
they made a Sanrio character that like mid-20s Japanese people can
Talks
relate
about
to.
work culture in Japan.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
like
specifically.
in the show itself, they even like
They make fun of her
yeah
for that. Like,
Um,
oh, you look like a Sanrio
Sanrio
character.
Oh, for real?
yeah during a singles mixer.
Yeah.
Like one of the guys hitting on her was like, "Yo, you're so cute. You look like a Sanrio character." And she's like, "Oh,
Ha, thank you.
thank you." I guess. Yeah.
It's great. Yeah.
You should watch it, man.
Yeah.
Personality in Sanrio characters. I don't know what that is. Like,
Actually, yeah.
Diba,
Diba parang what Hello Kitty.
like the frog boy was like, I'm a
That's
frog.
Maru.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Actually,
Karo
I think
P.
at this point, the Sanrio character with the most personality besides Agretsuko would be fucking who's that
That's
lazy
Maru.
egg guy?
Oh, the
Oh, that's
yeah.
a Sanrio guy.
Yeah, that's a Sanrio
Yeah.
guy.
Is it Gantama or something?
Gudetama.
Gudetama, there you go.
yeah.
Yeah, he
He
had
doesn't
the most
even do anything.
That's his personality. He doesn't want to do shit. He's
That's
ni-
barely still a
That is barely a
character.
He's
personality.
nihilist as fuck.
He shows his ass everywhere.
Dude, man, that guy
God.
can't get out of bed.
Yeah.
How does that work? He's cooked.
He is, isn't he? And he's
Cool.
just the yolk.
I feel like he's
Is he?
he's
Oh,
eating
yeah,
out, isn't
you're
he?
right.
Ah,
Yeah,
shit.
he's cooked.
He's
He
just
sleeps.
the
His
And he
blanket
has
is a
white.
strip of bacon.
Yeah, his blanket is a strip.
Oh, that sounds delicious.
I didn't know he was Sanrio.
Yeah, man.
Cool.
He is.
Agretsuko is adorable.
Yeah, you should watch it. It's really good. Like, is it 15 minutes per
Yeah,
episode?
15 minutes per episode.
Oh,
And
It's
it's
like
like
Sonic Boom.
13-ish episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's short.
So
real fast.
It's a long bus ride,
Sure.
basically.
I don't even have those anymore.
Yeah, I know. But yeah, besides anime and Netflix, of course, there's I've finished Mindhunter.
Mindhunter.
That's
Chris
really
Angel,
good.
am I right?
No, that's
Oh, sorry.
That's Mind
Freak.
Freak.
Oh, right.
Did you see?
My bad.
Did you see that article about Chris Angel?
Mind Freak. You compared
God.
Mindhunter to
I don't know
Oh,
what
man.
Mindhunter.
Did you see that fucking article? Like, it's probably a satire article, but like, I saw an article this morning that just says, like, disappointing. Chris Angel refuses to use his powers to fight ISIS. What the fuck is this article?
That is disappointing.
Dude, yeah, that is disappointing.
Use your powers for
Disappointing.
good, man.
Yeah, man.
Jesus.
You have Angel in your name, dude.
Anyways,
But-
Mindhunter, yeah.
Yeah, it's surprisingly real. Like, it's a really good detective. Is it a
Is it a live action show?
It is.
Yeah, it's a live
Is
action.
is it a detective show or some sort of like a? It's more of like a.
What's with you and these mystery shows?
It's a crime drama.
Yeah,
I guess.
I guess you could classify it as a crime drama, and it's totally based off real stuff.
Yeah, and surprisingly, from what I got in the in the show is that like these shows I expected to be serialized, right? Like every episode continues on the other, but they managed to make it sort of like semi police procedural in a way, but make it still interesting. So that's the thing. Like every episode, there's a different case of something,
but there's still
up.
an overarching
Yeah,
thing.
that's the thing. That's really good. And
Well, to introduce like anyone who doesn't know about the concept of Mindhunter, Mindhunter is set in the era where the FBI was starting to
figure out
what they were starting to figure out what a criminal profile is. So in order to figure that out, because it was such a new science back in the day, was that they formed this new team, and their job was to go around prisons interviewing serial killers.
Yeah.
And
holy shit.
from that, they figure out, okay, what makes a serial killer?
Right.
Yeah. And even the term serial killer wasn't a thing back then.
Yeah, they're the ones that termed it.
Yeah, they're the ones who coined it. So that's cool.
It reminds me of, are you guys aware of the podcast called Criminal?
Yeah, I introduced it to you.
Criminal. Criminal. There was an episode on that, on how fingerprints became part of like police procedure.
Yeah.
Because they just had trouble fucking identifying people.
Yeah, but
straight
that's
up.
real.
Because otherwise it would just be name, detail, blood type, photo, and like, oh, he looks like him, and they catch the wrong guy.
Yeah.
And then I think it was a case of abuse and murder with like a false lover or like a husband.
Right.
And then this detective just had the idea of, oh, there's blood stains with handprints on the wall. He just took a piece because they couldn't figure, because like I think the wife was lying, but they couldn't prove it. So he takes a chunk of like the wooden board on the wall and floor, and then starts to like try to decipher it himself.
That's cool.
And then that made the case to make fingerprints like part of the
Interesting.
That's a really good podcast.
It's pretty interesting.
It's cool.
It's-
I hate the host. I hate her so much.
it is.
What's the host?
She's like this, like
The way she reads.
Yeah.
Her cadence is like, I'm Phoebe Judge.
This is criminal.
This criminal.
Yeah.
Wait,
like,
what are their ad reads?
She's one of those extra breathy people.
Yeah. It doesn't stop.
This podcast is brought to you by
Stamps.com.
Yeah.
They're full of scams. And like,
Never
it
walk to the
carries-
post office
She has
again.
this tone through every conversation that she has, even when talking to victims.
Really?
Yeah.
And relatives of victims. And it
Right.
feels sometimes na parang she's being parang insincere.
Actually,
parang
yeah,
something
like the way she questions them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
So, how did
that make you
when
feel
died?
when,
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah.
That's impersonal as fuck.
Yeah.
There are hidden gems in that podcast.
Like the
There are a
podcast
lot.
is good.
There are a lot.
Yeah,
like,
there are a lot.
like the stories that they cover is
I've
good.
never hated Stamps.com more than this fucking podcast.
Yeah. So yeah,
Mindhunter was good?
There's a
Mindhunter was good, and other than that, I think the only thing that happened next was, I guess, Battletech. I think
Yeah, you've been marking out about that for a few
Battletech?
weeks.
Yeah.
How are you not aware of this?
Yeah, wait, what? What's Battletech?
Video
you
game.
didn't know about Battletech? Even back in the day?
You didn't know?
Wait, what are we talking about?
So there's this
I don't know,
strategy
video game now.
So there's a strategy game called Mech Commander back in the 90s.
Oh yeah, I know about that. Yeah.
Yeah, so basically it's based on a card game and board game called Battletech.
Okay.
Right.
And now the developers of Shadowrun basically made a spiritual successor to Mech Commander, which is called, again, Battletech.
Just
And
to
this
be
is the
clear,
game.
these are the bipedal robots, right?
Yeah, this is basically set in the Mech Warrior universe.
Okay,
Oh, those
okay.
are one thing? Okay, wait.
Yeah, that's the one thing.
Alright.
So it's basically a turn-based strategy for the PC, and yeah, like I said, it's set in the Mech Warrior universe. So it's basically just it's like front mission. So you choose your.
got me.
Yeah, basically.
He's been saying for weeks that he wants to play a new front mission.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah, totally.
So you might like this. So yeah,
I think it's safe to say.
it's safe to say. So it plays like XCOM a bit. Like there's battle, right? Like there's there's the actual battle, which is strategic turn-based stuff. Like tactics, stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in between those, you get to play some sort of like a mercenary simulator. So
Okay.
basically, your character in the campaign leads a band of mercenaries, and you have your own ship, and you get to actually name or customize your ship and your mercenary group. You get to arm and customize your mechs. You get to hire mercs for your assault squad, and you get to kind of get contracts from clients or something like that. So it's it's really like, by the time I known about this feature in the game, I already got sold on it.
So Football Manager with mechs.
No,
Mech
not
manager.
really. It's basically XCOM.
Okay.
It's basically
With
XCOM.
an extra layer of combat.
Yeah. I could say.
How customizable are the mechs?
So you get to choose what type of weapon you can arm
Alright.
per limb,
Sweet.
and you get to choose also if you need heat sinks or jetpacks.
What about paint jobs?
Yeah, paint jobs.
Okay.
Basically,
The real
because,
question.
That's
basically
the important one.
because Battletech started as a type of board game, so figurines are a thing there. So you get to you do get to customize your mechs in real life. I mean, like
Right.
painting your figurines.
Okay.
So yeah, it's really good.
It's
Like
good?
not only that, because the lore and the world building in this game, which is like already established for a couple of years already, so it has a really solid foundation when it comes to storytelling, and the way they tell the story here in this game is actually good. And it's interesting. It's like Game of Thrones, but it's set in space and
what?
in the galaxy. So it's
Are
really
there
good.
space titties?
There are factions. There are like family to family conflicts. So and you're just stuck in the middle of it because you're not really like the sole hero of the story. You're just a mercenary for hire. So that's something also. So yeah, and whoa.
Big lightning flash.
You just
yeah.
witnessed big lightning.
A
Shazam!
ball of lightning.
Oh shit, he's coming.
Was the ball?
Is it an act of God?
Have you been a victim?
Probably.
Was that most of your week, man?
Speaking of ball lightning,
Oh shit, here it is.
There we go.
Is that the nuke?
Is
Oh,
it?
you saw it.
You saw it. It was the
Is
lightning.
there a mushroom cloud?
Yeah.
But yeah, I had my first proper
Hey.
F&M
Really?
Hey.
just
Okay.
yesterday.
You
Good
finally
for
got
you.
it.
It's not even at night. It's
Not FAM,
it's
not
not
FAM.
it's not
Yeah.
fam.
It's not Friday afternoon magic.
It's not Friday night magic. It's F&M Friday.
Wait.
Oh wait,
Noon
tama.
magic.
Yeah,
Damn
I
it.
was.
You got it.
I was
You got
like,
it.
wait a
Friday
minute.
I was
Yeah.
setting up as FTM eh. As in
FTM.
Friday Tanghali magic.
Oh, okay.
Ah, kasi Pinoy.
How was it?
How was it?
Oh my fucking
You got wrecked, right?
Yeah.
spikes everywhere. Spikes
Super
everywhere. No. I got 04 obviously.
As you do.
Because I'm just using my
Merfolk
my
deck.
humble
Miggy
blue collared merfolk deck.
Merfolk.
How many wins did you need to win to get packs?
Basically FNM's format is actually what's this, a Swiss type
It's Swiss, yeah.
Swiss format. So there's
what does
basically
that
4
mean?
rounds. So total of
Swiss
4
cheese?
games. Swiss.
I'm sorry.
That's
Is it
French.
Is that French? You say Swiss.
Oh, is this Swiss?
No, just
I don't know
joking.
what a Swiss
Yeah.
accent is.
So 4 rounds, so 4 games.
Mercy.
You get 4 games to show what you got, and I think the top. I think during that,
If they like you, they
FNM.
give you a pack.
that's what I thought.
If you show off, like,
During that FNM, we were like 12 or 16 people,
Okay.
Ooh,
and the
That's a lot.
top 8 gets the packs. That's it. So if you're not the top 8, you don't get a
you're
pack.
a loser.
You
Yeah.
don't even get like a participation
That's
card.
the thing
Yeah.
that I thought.
Yeah, I thought you'd
No
get like a
promo cards or
participation
something?
card.
No,
No high fives.
so how they how they reward
you don't
players
get a high five.
in FNM is that if you're in top 8, you get 1 pack. If you're in top 5 or 3, you get more packs. And then also there's this raffle which they do for foil cards.
Okay.
So that's
Ooh.
the thing for FNM. So it's basically the tournament and then there's the raffle.
Cool.
So,
like the top guy, how many packs does he get?
I think 5 or
5
6.
packs.
Wow.
Oh, that's
It's
good.
really
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
Like 170 a pack, so
And
that's
I think
a bunch of money.
yeah, no,
I didn't want to do the math, sorry.
it's a bunch of money.
I like that.
I like how you gave up.
I like the
Wow,
metal piece
right.
of paper in Emil's head.
You didn't
was like,
even try.
Number
Yeah. You just gave
equals
up.
bunch of money.
I was like,
I like how-
170 times 5
I
equals
like
a
how he
bunch
didn't
of
even
money.
try.
Yeah.
Straight to the give up.
But to give you an example, in order to participate in FNMs, you got to pay 200.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
an entrance
Yeah,
fee.
yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
So it's like
Get your
200.
butt whooped.
Yeah, that's it.
But
And,
how was the butt whooping experience? Was it
Was it
pleasant?
eye-opening?
Was it pleasant?
were
Some
you
new
at,
tech?
Were they gentle?
Things I learned in an FNM,
Okay.
in our branch at least,
Okay.
it's basically standard. Was it
Showdown?
standard showdown?
Of course.
No,
But
that's the
bang
thing.
standard mixing with modern?
No, but I mean, no.
Okay.
Standard showdown
Okay.
means that it's basically the serious type of tournaments
Yeah.
in store locations.
Yeah.
FNM is the casual types,
No,
right?
but like
No.
in my head, FNM is kind of competitive.
Yeah.
It's the
There's
gateway
money
competition.
involved.
Oh, is
There's
it?
packs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like whenever you look at YouTube channels, like for example, Solarian Community College, the professor will always say, "This
Is it
is
good
not."
for- oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He'll
Alright,
always
alright.
say, "This deck
So,
will
no.
not get you to Friday Night Magic."
I think
Yeah.
my comparison's a bit off. I think it's not like standard showdown. It's like Pro Tour levels.
No.
Yeah,
No
dude,
way.
in our branch,
Yeah, oh, okay.
fucking,
Why? How-
fucking spikes with their decks. Like they have this.
Was it that
That's just
bananas?
how it
It's
is,
just bananas.
though.
No, it's the thing. Like
how it
everyone's playing meta
Oh,
during that
course.
time.
because they want to win.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, there's
that's the
5
thing.
packs on.
Sports.
That's a bunch of money.
It's a bunch of money.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep trying, dude.
yeah. This group.
Keep it going.
But yeah, like of the 4 games I've played with, first one Mono Red
Yeah.
with the Goblin Chain Whirler.
The Goblin Chain Whirler
So
is
strong.
meta.
Yeah. Second
strong.
one is a U. It's a
a
U.
blue what?
A U.
Blue-white.
Blue white.
Azorius the Fairy.
Yeah. Basically, that's it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Straight
Third
up.
one-
There's just like
third one's
4
a green
creatures, tapos all spells in control.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
But
Ridiculous.
But what happened was I got beat by Second Son.
Second
Oh,
Son. That
'cause-
that thing that just makes him win the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
So anyway, third one was green, green black, Saproling
Oh, a Saproling
slash
token deck.
Elves deck. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's really
like my
good.
kind of deck.
Fourth one was another aggro red deck.
So they all kind of like just one.
Maybe in like tier 2 type of decks now.
Mm-hmm.
So it's
Yeah.
really like real expensive. Like there's this one guy who has a bananas type of deck.
A
Basically
banana
already
deck.
I thought you were
already in the 15,000 mark.
That's
Real?
Yeah,
Okay.
dude. There's this one turn. He fucking played 3 planeswalkers.
Oh, God.
One
yeah,
Gideon,
yeah, you told us about this.
one
Christ.
Teferi Hero of Dominaria, one
Wow.
Karn Sign of Orza in one turn,
Yeah.
and then he fucking like settled the wreckage his opponent just to make it
Christ
sure.
alive.
Yeah.
Apologies to any non-Magic player.
Yeah.
But dude, it's just really it's
That sounds
that's like-
rough.
But-
that
but-
sounds rough.
But overall, was it a fun experience? Should
Yeah.
I go to FNM?
yeah, it's a fun experience.
Do you
because-
think
I wanna
Emile
try.
has a chance?
Oh, yeah, he has a chance. He has a chance. Like, I think it's really good to meet people there that actually can also help you with your deck
Offer some
building.
experience.
Yeah.
It's also like offer some singles or some trading.
Mm-hmm.
Also, just meeting Magic players actually.
It's fun.
It's
Mhm.
really fun. It's really it's really an experience. So
It's not toxic or anything.
no, that's the thing. That
Okay.
everyone's just chill there,
Just
except,
a card
except for this
game,
one
but-
guy.
Oh no, there's one. There's
Yeah,
always
it's always
one.
that one.
There's always a spike, man. There's no, hindi mo
Sorry.
ganun. Like, dude, this guy who who played the 3 planeswalkers in one turn. Like,
It's him.
that dude
him?
plays very slow and fucking serious.
He's a fucking life coach.
He like just
Yeah.
turn 1
There's no timer. though.
stairs.
Oh, what a cunt.
Fun lag. Yeah, dude. Like all of his games, just
Oh,
30
no.
minutes per game.
What
Kaya,
a
kaya kami,
Blaming it
dude,
out.
kaya kami
Shit.
tumagal dahil
Lasagna.
dun.
Yeah, I hate that.
Like Yung in-expect namin 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Naging 1 to 6.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, just because of one guy?
Just one guy. That's how he plays.
Almighty.
That's laging 3 games.
You guys should
Laging
fucking
to the
You guys should fucking break out the chess timer on him.
Yun nga. Yung nangyari, parang nung mga hour 4 na, parang, last 5 turns. So it's really weird. Parang anin lang ko, sino lang nilamang. Or something, which is
Jesus.
That bad?
because the second
Timing.
pod is already starting to pile up.
Yeah.
And they're just waiting
for second pod na eh. Oh.
Oh my
What a
God.
dill hole.
Yeah.
This ain't Hearthstone.
Yeah, in Hearthstone, my timer.
My timer.
Yeah, this
Yeah.
is timer. Pero yeah,
He can just
Dude,
do
this is
this forever. Like,
this
stare
is-
at you forever.
this thing, yeah, like
They should
lessons
start
learned,
getting
there's
just
always
timers
one
for
guy.
real.
There's always this one guy. So
They should get a
yeah.
timer just for him.
But yeah, dude, like F&M, just try it. Like
Cool.
seriously, like
I wanna do it
Like
too.
we should all go together.
Yeah,
as
Yeah,
a
we should
group.
all go try.
Yeah.
Once I get my standard deck, I should.
That's when we see a spike, we fucking beat up.
And like, prank him, bro.
It's just a prank, bro.
We roll up, we're all in
Tapos-
shades,
tapos si Torndo,
fucking
si-
bomber jackets.
Sino yung card
Kung
sa
si
commander?
Gano.
Si Torndo Wary ba yun? Parang it's just a prank, bro.
Yeah,
So,
Oh,
It's a prank,
yeah.
so just beat him up. You know?
As
Anyway.
we're punching him, it's just a prank. Joke lang.
That's my week.
Guys, we're
Or
ready.
2 weeks,
Oh my
actually.
God.
Alright. Yo, Migoy.
Oh man,
Your turn, my man.
I'm
How's
completely
your week?
lost of thought.
Let's talk about Gundam because I missed
Yeah.
Gundam builds.
Oh, like
Gundam
Raffy wanted to interject at some point about Criminal.
Criminal? Yeah, Criminal.
Oh yeah, no.
Yeah, what about it?
I just wanted to bring up like what it is. Then it's not just like criminals. It's like anything and everything to do with
Crime.
crime.
Any form of
and-
crime in
and,
general.
like the
Or
weirdest shit.
injustice.
Like even the
Dude,
procedural
my
bit.
my
Yeah.
favorite episode of Criminal is episode 15.
What's
About the
15?
Buddha.
Oh yeah, that was cute.
The Buddha?
What is that?
Neutral.
What? I don't know.
Oh, you don't know
No,
that?
it's
I only
like
just listened like
Alright.
super recently.
You gotta listen to it.
Okay.
We're not gonna talk, but it's a fun episode.
fucking the summary is cute because it's like in a
It's positive.
Right.
It brought a happy.
it's not really
ending.
about crime, but
Yeah.
like it was a really funky episode. So like people were leaving garbage outside of this guy's house.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Because parang like that's where it gets collected lang. And
Yeah,
but
and
this
it's
dude,
one place lang. So
Right.
this dude just devises a way so that the garbage won't be there.
because it's like not only is it disgusting, it's like it's a visual
Yeah.
And it's
disturbance.
disrespect,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So this dude just makes a tiny Buddha shrine there.
Yeah.
Because like, hey, Buddha's neutral. You can't like this on Buddha, right?
It's not even a shrine. It's just one Buddha statue.
Oh yeah.
And then-
like on a wooden block, just so
Yeah.
it cannot
You
like
know.
get blown over. or
And after
something
2
like that.
weeks, it became a shrine because
people started coming
started
over and
flocking
leaving
over the Buddha.
things for it, praying in front of it.
Interesting.
Holy
Somebody
shit.
built a shrine around it to protect it from the weather.
That sounds cool.
Yeah.
And then
Yeah.
like it ends. People around the world
Yeah.
come to pray to that Buddha,
Yeah.
and even if they know the guy just made it there, like they would
Yeah.
go over to him and say, "Thank you for putting
Yeah.
the Buddha here."
It's a,
For the
really,
Buddha.
it's a really good, positive
It's like
episode.
no crime.
That's nice. Yeah. I like the weird stuff. Like
The weird Buddha stuff.
The
No, no,
Buddha
no,
of
that-
no trash.
what is it? Like the forensic botany.
Oh, dude.
Yeah,
Like, do you know that that's a thing?
Forensic botany?
Yeah.
In like in cases there are botanists that get called in to conduct forensic
Yeah.
botany.
Okay.
They're qualified for it.
So like what? Like
They see like they analyze flecks of different plants and stuff like that.
and like where is this plant from? Kind of like that.
yeah, and then at least they give you like a general area of where you could have or could not have been.
Oh, okay.
Parang
okay.
in that
Yeah.
one episode, I think they proved that a mother killed his own son because they were in the same park together, where the mother's alibi was she was at home.
Yeah.
Because they saw like specks of a plant that
That are
were also in
In that park.
the kid's clothes
Right.
where he died. Parang ganun.
and that was only in the park. Yeah.
That was
Oh my
only
God.
in the park.
Cool.
They
there was
couldn't have been at
also
home.
an episode about the Venus flytrap.
Yeah,
know,
that's-
black market and shit.
Yeah. That's
Venus
one of the
flytrap.
early
Like,
episodes.
Like it goes for a lot of money, and then people will steal it from like
Yeah.
the farm
Oh shit.
and then sell
What
it.
did they
Like,
do with it?
it's just
Black
that.
markets,
Because
black,
like
yeah.
it goes for a lot of money.
Yeah.
And
Holy
then
shit.
apparently there was like a networking all heal item which is based off Venus flytrap like extract.
Okay.
Yeah.
so that brought its value even higher because
Cool.
of that.
Interesting.
It's a really
You
interesting
should get
podcast
into
with a
those.
weird.
Yeah,
fun.
I should get
If
on
you can
this.
tolerate the voice,
That's
You'll
the thing.
know.
you will.
Okay.
Everyone.
When you hear it,
I will
you'll
figure
know.
that out.
Basta once na naman eh. Once the interview starts and you hear the actual
The actual
people
breathy
involved.
voice.
No, the actual people involved, it gets a bit.
Tolerable?
Yeah,
It's interesting. It's just
Yeah,
that
it's
the
interesting.
ad reads at the start
Okay.
is kind of like
I got it. I'll give it a chance.
Yeah.
It's good. Criminal.
criminal.
Anyways, what's up with your week,
Criminal.
Migoy?
All right. So last time on the not recorded trades,
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
I missed that.
right?
I
'cause
fell
you-
asleep.
You overslept.
You slept for the whole
God,
day.
you fucking worried us though. Like,
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, sorry about that.
It's all good. It's good that
Everyone-
you didn't die.
Live apologies.
Everyone thought I was dead.
Dude,
Pretty much.
the whole day we
We
were
were scared, dude.
yeah, like just to catch everyone up, we were excited for build day,
Yeah.
which was the day we were supposed to build Gundams.
Yeah.
They were supposed to introduce it to me and Raffy
Yep.
because
Yep.
we had never built anything.
Nothing serious.
Yeah. And then on the day, you text us in the morning how hype you are for it.
You prepped your bag
Yeah.
and everything.
As in,
I did.
Got my gym bag, boys.
Pero puro Gundam, tangin na
Gundam
nerd.
cards.
your last message to us was that you filled your gym bag full of magic cards and Gundam stuff.
Mas matutulog ka na.
Yeah, and then for the rest of the day, you didn't reply.
Like,
Alright.
Up until
It would've
9
been-
p.m.
Right.
It would have been a crappy way to die.
What,
Like,
what,
I'm gonna
happened
nerd out.
was I texted you guys din, diba? Tapos parang, alright, I'll just take a nap. Tapos parang,
Wow.
I just stretched.
You just
And
stretched.
then just closed my eyes.
Then when you woke up, it was 11 p.m.
No, it was 9.
9.
Okay.
Nine.
Yeah.
We called him at
It
9.
felt like 11
shit.
p.m.
It happened again.
It happened again.
Because there's this one thing, right? Like, I think during, when I was supposed to guest in a podcast, I think
Like as a sub.
in Too Much Gaming.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
yeah.
this
I
is
promised Carlos and I will guess.
and
and
you
I
fell
fell asleep. And I just
He
missed.
called it out too. Like,
Yeah.
this boy's fucking sleeping.
I remember that episode.
So, how is the Gundams, boys?
It was
Past
fun,
back.
man.
It was actually really
It was
fun.
super fun.
So,
was zen.
Emile just finished 00.
Mhm.
You finished Thunderbolt as well.
Yes.
And Raffy, what is your Gundam experience up to this point?
Just
You finished
Iron-Blooded,
Iron Blood, right?
Iron-blooded, and a little bit of memories from Wing.
Which I think everyone sort of
Yeah,
has
sort of
anyway.
has,
So,
yeah.
because that's the
Except Emile.
What about me? No,
You haven't-
I have not winged.
Yeah,
you're not a real boy. Get out. Get out of this country. So, but like no experience with the kits and anything before.
No, not at all.
Model
I
kits in
built a-
general.
No.
I built a leopard.
Oh yeah, you did. Like the
green
old
leopard.
kit from like I don't know,
Yeah.
Do
1996.
Because when I was a kid,
No.
I had a Tamiya. Oh,
Those are
God.
barely kits.
Oh yeah, that's true. It's not.
Get those out of here.
So group build was
Right.
basically Emile and Raffy being introduced to the world of Gunpla.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
also because we've been itching to build for a while, and this is like the photo of fucking the group build we did last year
that's
showed
weird,
up.
man. That's already 1 year.
It's been 1 year. It doesn't feel
With
that
Shadow.
long.
yeah.
Yeah. With the Chad from
With
the
the
Ray
Chad.
Maru, who's also a Gundam nut.
So we had this build day with Chad from the Raymaru files
Right.
and
In his
Louis
pad.
from the Contemplate.
Nice.
Right. Surprise crossover.
Surprise
Casual
crossover.
clearance.
Pokemon Master Louis.
Can't escape
And,
from crossing face.
Also, big Gundam guy. I found
Yeah,
out.
yeah.
And a food review guy, right?
Have you seen? Like speaking of, have you seen Louis' latest
Oh
food
my
review?
god.
Nope.
There's too
Oh,
much.
dude, that's too much.
Way too much.
Anyways, yeah.
Like 5 reviews in one day.
So like because me and Migs had like a backlog of kits
Yeah.
and parang we had this idea na what if we get them some cheap kits to start with, because that means our wallet damage won't be as heavy and they'll have something to do aside from playing Magic, right?
Yay.
And then like sakto the
The Mega Mall
the day
event
before,
thing, right?
yeah, the Gunpla Expo like competition, that was it for the Philippines, where people had kits to present to compete
Yeah.
for the WBC World Builders Cup, I think.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
So
right.
it's sanctioned with...
Yeah, it's official now.
That's
'cause
cool.
I think it's their second or third one here.
cool.
Building tournament?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think mostly for Southeast Asia for us,
Yeah.
but it's a thing that they try to do like every year.
But
Yeah.
if you don't mind, what is a building tournament? What does that look like?
it
You
has a lot
submit
of-
a kit, I think, to certain criteria.
Yeah.
So
Like,
like,
for
the
example-
grade, the scale,
Yeah.
And then I think how much modding you're allowed to do on that kit.
Okay.
Also, there's dioramas. Like
Yeah,
there's a
those
diorama
are-
category.
No.
Take it home.
You have a time limit of I think a few months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
okay.
there's really a long time.
Oh,
to
there's a lot of really good builders in this
You can
country.
paint it and shit,
Yep.
like
Yeah.
all the.
I think
works.
if it falls under the criteria of how much you can mod, so you can add like aftermarket parts and stuff like that too.
Okay.
Then you could also like there's this criteria for kids, for advanced builders, or for rookie builders.
I see.
So everyone can just join in and have a shot at it.
Yeah, you can
Cool.
submit your
Like-
entry. There's also like criteria for different grades. So
Yeah.
like your master grades, your high grades, your real grades. Even SDs are part of that.
Ah, that's cool.
My-
I didn't
there's a
know that.
tiny display for SDs in the middle. So along with that, there was a giant booth in the activity center in Mega Mall, and then a bunch of Gundams are also on sale.
Yo.
So
So that's where you saw the perfect grade Exia that's just 9,000.
yeah, the
Jesus.
perfect grade Exia without the light parts.
Oh, okay.
Which is why it's cheaper.
Ah.
Was I think 30% off.
So
So
originally
it was like
13,000. Right?
yeah, it was going for like 9,000 something or 8,000 something
That's a steal already.
for a perfect grade. I mean,
Yeah.
and I think along with that, like the new stock for Banki, which is the supplier in this country, just arrived. So not the Leo from
Oh,
the new
man.
release,
Wala pa rin.
but the wave before that
Ah.
just hit.
So there's still no stock of Leos in our country. Jesus.
I haven't seen any.
It's already been a month, right? Or
It's
it's
been a-
3
yeah.
weeks?
Are we talking OG Leos?
Yeah, like
the-
A
Gundam
new
Wing
kit
Leos.
from
Yeah.
a new kit for the Leo,
We don't
which
have
is
those?
We don't have those
Oh.
before.
What?
never had those.
We only have the generic grunt types for the Endless Waltz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're
The actual
the
Leos.
soldier
Serpents.
boys, like the normal soldier
Yeah.
boys. How hard?
I don't think there was a Leo kit before.
There wasn't. I think
Ah,
Ares yata.
because we don't
Or
know.
yung, ano yung lumilipad? Is it Ares or
Ares
it's
and
like
Mercury.
Taurus yata or Ares? I forgot.
Taurus is the one with just the gun ata and the long head.
Oh yeah, not
But like the
one.
actual base,
Probably
grunt,
Ares.
I don't think existed in kit form ever.
Oh, okay. It
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
Right.
I thought we just didn't have
Yeah,
it here.
that's why a lot of people are really hyped about it
Right.
when they
'Cause
were
it-
announced.
Because it's
look
nice,
good,
it's
didn't they?
new, it's good, and it's cheap.
And it's very
Oh.
moddable.
Dirt cheap.
It's very moddable. It's really like when you see a lot of the photos that the modders have been working with.
Oh, they've been
just-
going crazy with that.
Yeah, it's really good.
Also, like because it's a modern kit, the way it's engineered is that on the runner tree that it's on, it's segmented into its limbs, so you don't have to go scrounging about as to it's
Whoa,
organized.
Finally.
So if you're gonna build a bunch of these, it's easy.
Yeah.
Like you can actually
Finally.
snip those segments off the tree
And
and just
put it
like
all- put them all
because like
together.
this corner is just the arms, this corner is just the
oh
legs.
man, thank God.
because that's what I found out that you have to go through all the
You,
different.
you have to go
trees.
through each color of plastic,
Yeah.
which is its own tree usually.
That's kind of a pet peeve for me, actually. Like to scrounge up every
Yeah, you
every
need
runner.
space, right? That's why
Uh,
there are organizers for that
Yeah.
exist. Or like Boss Mac from Back to Gaming.
I have his
He has a
own
motherboard
runner.
holder, and that's where he puts the trees.
Yeah, good thing they did that now for the new ones. Like each.
Yeah, they've been slowly
separate.
doing that, but the way this particular kit is made, it looks fun. It looks super fun.
Cool.
But I noticed that because Emile just finished 00,
Yeah.
I noticed that they released petite guy kits themed after the pilots. And there's 4 of us. That's perfect.
Yeah.
And like, they're on sale too. So
Oh,
like,
no.
I got. But at least like you guys get something to build that's easy. Plus you can take it home.
Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So that
Mine
was
was super
the
cute.
plan.
Super
Yeah.
appreciated it, man.
Yeah.
It,
And
it
like-
was really cool to build, like to just sit there and it's almost like you're in a zen-like state.
That's
Yeah.
what a lot of people say too.
That's like just snipping
Actually-
and like putting together.
And I think you missed this, Migs, and it was one of the things that surprised you because when he asked me how was the build day, I mentioned to him that I actually for
were
most
quiet.
of it, yeah, I was
Yeah.
quiet.
Oh yeah.
That's
which
what
is
I'm also gonna mention.
yeah, because like it's not something that happens a lot of the time. Me being quiet,
Yeah.
usually I can't shut up, but once I started building this thing, I just kind of zoned out and just started snipping. And,
Yeah, we
like,
were talking to
sanding.
Donna more than you during
Yeah,
that entire
yeah.
thing.
I was just kind of like staring into the kit, and I'm like, "Yo, this goes here, this goes here," and like for the first time in like the whole week, I was like kind of calm and like kind of like serene and shit.
Therapeutic.
Focused, yeah.
It was nice.
I like that aspect of
That's
it.
where it starts.
Yeah, dude. Plus, one of the things I didn't expect about this whole hobby because since you guys are trying to rope us in about it, like, and I was exploring what's up with this hobby, I was like, I didn't expect these kits to be this cheap, like this affordable. Like I thought they were way more expensive than this.
There's a big variety, and then they all come in different price ranges.
And if you kind of like hunt kits in the right places, you get
you
it
can
for
get them
cheaper.
even cheaper.
Yeah, because most of the times in toy stores they're kind of marked.
They're marked up here,
Yeah,
for
really
sure.
bad.
Damn.
Like if you like
Because
if you
of their popularity. That's why they're marked up.
If you go and check out the boxes, and you'll notice that there's actually a section from the actual MSRP.
Yeah, above
In
the
yen.
barcode on the upper right, there's a number value, and that's the yen price.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which is why, like, kits from, say, Gundam Wing back in 95 are still priced the same now, despite inflation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Parang those kits are still 500. Like,
Yeah.
I remember them being 500 back in the day.
Yeah.
But I go, when they get reissued now,
Yeah.
because Bandai keeps all original molds, so they can reproduce, like, oh, it's still 500.
Cool.
Like, nothing's changed.
Yeah.
Because
Despite
was
the value of
already
the money
marked up
actually
before.
changing. Yeah.
because it was marked up before already by a lot.
I think
Is
it's
that
like
why?
Not
standard
that
markup
much.
price is like 30% ish.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's one thing. Like one tip or one advice is that if you want your money's worth when you're gonna buy kits, you try to check it
You
out
reference
first.
that.
Yeah,
And then
reference
gauge.
the actual MSRP in the box, and then see if it's just half a price or like half a markup,
Or like a little bit more is
a little
fine.
bit more is
But once
fine.
it exceeds that,
Yeah.
like
Man.
that's how I gauge it. Like, oh, with the 30% markup, that sounds fine. That sounds normal.
Man, you're pushing all the right buttons with me right now because, like,
This is years of experience.
no, because like that's one of the big appeals of like Magic the Gathering to me. Like finding good deals on cards. Like that is my
not know
big
this.
that's my big thing of like, because there are certain stores out there that don't know the real market value of a
Oh
card.
yeah, that's the
And-
thing here in the
yeah,
Philippines.
that's the only thing. And like they stick to the MSRP, and knowing the market value of like how much of a demand there is for a certain card, and seeing it like in a store for MSRP is like one of the big joys for me.
I
of
must
Magic
have
the
it
Gathering.
before it disappears.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Of like, yo, I like. It actually just happened to me a while ago because like one of my friends bought the new Commander anthology for Magic the Gathering, and he asked me, "Yo, do you want in on this?" And I'm like, "Yo, sure, I'm game." And I managed to snag like a deck for like $2,000, and it was worth like $200,
Which is
Holy
like
crap.
10,000 pesos.
Yeah, yeah.
Yo, that's a really good deal.
And
Yeah.
like those are the kind of things that make me happy about like
Of course it would.
about a collecting hobby.
Yeah.
So, man, you guys are roping me into this Gundam building thing. Like, it's starting to sound really appealing to me.
Well, when it comes to Gundam, the price is usually determined by the amount of plastic in it.
Yeah.
Ah, okay.
And the trend is for the protagonist Gundam, they try to make it as affordable as possible. So like you'll never see a main like kunyari, the hero kit go for above like 700 or 800
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
I guess
And that's with the markup already.
I guess that's the main difference, huh, Raffy? Because like
What's up?
in Magic, like you rely on reprints and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And like the price is usually dictated by how much of a demand there is for the card.
Yeah.
But I like that in build kits,
It's an effort to
yeah,
make it like
there's an
affordable.
effort to make it affordable and
Yeah.
cheap because like Magic doesn't do that, man.
No.
Right.
Not
and,
at all.
And like to the contrary, like it's a wild west out there.
Dude,
Oh
straight
yeah,
up.
for sure.
Like I've witnessed one time that there's this card that's like a counter. It's called Remand back in the day. It counters the spell and puts it back to the owner's hand.
Ooh.
Tapos you draw a card when you counter it. Tapos parang when we saw it and when you hear about it, it's like it's dumb. Like it doesn't really cancel the spell, but it comes back to his hand. Diba? He
It
can
just
cast
stops
he just
it
casts
for
again.
that turn.
But the tempo value of that being 2 mana, 1 colorless, 1 blue.
Oh, that's a good card. Actually.
It became like a really good card. So when Remand first came out, like it was just on sale for like 30 pesos,
Jesus. Damn.
40
Okay.
pesos. Then I saw the value skyrocket in like 2 weeks became like 150 a piece.
Jesus.
Oh man.
It's insane. Like 150, 120 ganun. So like the utility and how the players view a card actually dictates its value.
Totally.
It's not really
For sure.
It's out of Wizards of the Coast's hands, diba?
It's
demand.
It's a
Yeah,
super
it's
demand-based
absolutely demand.
market because after a print run is done, there's no more supply.
Yeah.
Actually, there's that, like what you said. After the Pro Tour, that just happened like a week ago in like Pro Tour Dominaria.
Yeah.
Goblin
Chain Ruler's prices skyrocketed.
I can
really
imagine.
hard.
I can imagine. And you think that's part of the meta.
Yeah,
And that's why,
right.
that's one of the main things I appreciate about the Gundam thing, because like, they make it an effort to make it cheap, and one of the amazing parts for me, since you guys just introduced this hobby to me, was that the concept of, since they don't have to do assembly themselves, because that's part of the thing, you assembling it yourself, it cuts the cost. And not only does it cut the cost, but it gives you something enjoyable to do.
it's a craft itself.
And
That's the
That's
thing.
pretty genius.
I think
Yeah.
in Japanese culture, they like the act of making whatever it is they get.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of Japanese toys come with sticker packs, right? Instead of straight up paint.
And you get all sorts of like weird other toys, like make your own candy.
Yeah, like that. Especially like they love the act of working to make their toy first.
Cool.
Is that
To-
what
to some
Labo
degree.
Is that what
I
Nintendo
think,
Labo
I think it
is?
is.
I mean, it's a bunch of cardboard that you assemble yourself.
Yeah.
Right. What I also learned about collecting Gundam, because that's what got me into toy collecting, is that you don't need to get a kit as it comes out, like unless you really want it, because Gundam will never disappear.
That's
true.
Because the fact that Bandai keeps all the original molds, and they would do occasional reprints of old kits. Like they would come back, and because the price is on the box, they have to adhere to that.
Yeah.
Which is why, like, if you're buying a Japanese action figure, kunyari, it doesn't have the yen price on the box. Because it doesn't have to adhere to that rule. It doesn't guarantee that it's going to get reprinted or
Right.
reissued. But,
That's it.
like, Gundam kits, they won't announce the reissue, but it'll just happen. And, like, if you get into this hobby normally, usually, like, once you start buying kits, and then they start to pile up.
Yeah.
Because it takes time to build them as well.
Yeah, because you're gonna have a backlog of things to build.
Right, especially if you start getting into detailing it more, into painting and all that, into customizing.
Oof, that's
That
the
adds to
next
the
step.
time. So it will eventually, like, I would buy kits and build them the moment I get home.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure, that's 4 hours gone for me, but like, hey, my kit's done.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah.
It's a robot, man.
Then it
I
came,
can
like,
see.
if you get busy with other things, like, oh, I bought a kit. I don't feel like building it right now.
Totally.
3 years later, you find it still unbuilt, like,
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I can build this.
Oh man, I just remembered. Also, shout out to my friend who bought me the RG Zakutu
oh,
a year ago. I haven't
that
fin-
sounds normal.
I haven't finished it.
Dude, that sounds normal.
I only finished the leg. One leg
that sounds
part.
that's already
And
like
it took me
2
6
hours.
hours.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
How huge is it? How big is it? Like,
It's just an
It's 144. It's like 5.5 inches.
But that's the thing.
detailed like a
It's
master
real
grade.
grade. It's real grade, meaning it's a miniature master grade.
yeah.
And
So-
more
With-
usually.
Yeah.
With my understanding, that means like they're moving parts
Yes.
underneath it.
Yeah.
There's an inner frame. There's moving parts.
There's added details. There's like mechanical stuff
Right.
that
Holy
happens.
shit!
It's really good. It's well articulated.
I
Cool.
would like
Yeah.
to see one. of
And
these.
like, you guys introducing us to this hobby has given me a new appreciation for all those sick paint jobs I see on the
Oh,
internet
that's a
all the
lot of
time.
work.
Man.
Yeah, man. Because I'm like, yo, that's a lot of work. Yeah.
Shout outs to our big buddy Will up there.
Oh, yeah, man.
'Cause-
Shout outs to Will.
Back like when we first met him, he
Yeah.
was only building World War II plane kits,
oh yeah,
which
yeah.
are depending
What?
on
Are you serious?
depending on what kit you get is kind of hit or miss in terms of experience. Because
Yeah.
either they're like decent or really bad.
Okay.
Like parts don't fit well. Some of them are pure glue together.
Yeah, yeah.
And then I told him like, yo, why don't you get into Gundam kits? They're fun. They're robots.
shit.
And he was like,
the amount
You
of
got
boxes
him.
he has in his room is
it started from that because before he was like
got him.
nothing.
World
I
War
got
II
pretty
thing.
bad.
got him good.
Not me directly, but I
Yeah.
guess I helped because up until then, like pure planes only. Like he would paint it legit with an airbrush and all that,
Wow.
right? And then I told him about Gundam, and he was all dismissive about like, oh, it's silly robots, right? And like,
Okay.
oh well, it's easy, it's
real.
cheap, it's everywhere, right? So parang
That's your
ganon.
real voice.
So after a while, I noticed there's a Zaku 2 Master Grade on this table. I'm like, yo, when did you get this? And he was like, Gundam kits are so easy and so fun. Because, like,
Cool.
you just need to snap them together. You don't need to glue anything. It's like, I told you.
It's so freeing.
And then he watched the Build Fighters anime.
Oh, he
And
enjoyed
it became his goal to collect every single kit from that line. That's
Wow.
why.
That's
That's why there was that huge stack
Yeah.
because he would see it on say like, oh, I don't have this. He'll just get it.
Cool.
That's what caused that stack. in
Oh
him.
man, that sounds cool. That sounds
Got
super
him
cool.
super hard.
Yeah, man.
Like Gundam kits are insanely easy now. Seeing because I jumped in 2009,
Yeah.
which is when it started to get really good. With the Double O kits.
Oh.
But I think the jump from 00 Season 1 to Season 2 was like the big leap in engineering because they still use the same joints to this day. Like the same polycap joints with the shoulders and all that. And
Yeah.
it's kind of like the basis for most of the high-grade hierarchy when it
Yeah.
comes to joint systems. But it's still improved way beyond past that. And I've built kits from like 2002, 2005, and fucking I found my old Wing Gundam from like 1995.
Yo.
And I tried to restore it.
Oh no.
And like, wow, these fucking gates are huge. Gates
Yeah.
are the like the plastic bars that stick to the piece because that's where the plastic feeds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Which is
Okay.
what you have to snip, and
Yeah.
generally the thicker, the harder it is to clean out.
Yeah, totally.
Because you'd leave a giant cut mark.
you'd
And-
have to like sand down, right?
right.
Yeah.
And looking over these old kits, I'm like, oh my god,
Yeah.
how did I twist these out like a monster?
But like you guys just introducing it to Raffy and me, like it really feels like something I could get into, like on like one of those days I want to relax or
Right.
just like
Yeah.
Calm down.
Yeah.
Center. Parang ganun.
I finished
It
the
feels like
Godfather movies building kits.
Really?
All three.
cool.
Holy
When I
shit.
looked outside, it was nighttime.
Mm.
The initial plan was me and Migs would bring a spare kit for each of you.
Yeah.
Like something that we haven't built or haven't finished.
Yeah, because I still have.
You'd continue it, but it's still like the ours. you
Of
know?
course, of course.
Because like it's our kits, right?
You're just
Like,
gonna
oh,
build
just
it for
borrow
us.
this.
We're
And
just
like-
gonna be your labor.
Yeah.
But I eventually let Raffy keep the Zigok because like
Oh, really?
you built that. That's pretty much your experience now. And I'm like,
What a nice
yo, that looks cool. I kind of want to get another one.
It's cool. It's got such chunky bits.
For something like that's an old kit too.
Yeah.
Thick boy.
It's a thick
Big
boy.
boy.
Like and
Like-
feeling it and holding it in my hand is good. Hey.
Actually, like going over it, like for an old kit, like I'd get that again
Yeah.
to build it.
And you can. I don't know if it's a thing, but I can sort of tell the difference in the plastic. That it's a bit heavier or thicker. I
Yeah,
can feel it.
if you go back to like the old wing kits, they feel like bootleg plastic. It's weird, and even though they reissue it, it feels the same.
Yeah. Thing is, I don't dig the spider eyes on top of it.
It's missile
It
pods.
looks like spider
It's,
eyes.
his eye is that pink
Oh, no.
thing that moves. It's a sticker.
Right?
Yeah, Raffy has problems with spiders.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
missile
but-
pods, right?
It's
On
is,
top
it is missile
because they
pods.
swim.
I mean,
Spidey,
but I do get the. I mean, Raffy's
It
concern.
kind of does, but it's missile pods. Don't
I can't
worry.
stare at it for long because it freaks me out.
Raffy has the spider problems, everyone.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of which, like the new trailer for Spider-Man.
Oh,
What?
dude,
Did you freak
Spider-Verse.
out?
it looks so
No,
good.
No.
It's
But
fine,
that's
it's fine, it's fine.
Spider-Man's totally different from an actual spider.
Yeah,
He's a
yeah,
man.
Don't let him. Don't catch him thwipping now.
Yeah.
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 Don't catch him.
This is a Spider-Man.
Oh man,
Yeah.
that trailer is. I think I watched it like above 10 times already.
Really good.
It's really
Does
good.
this
It's
awesome
super
thing-
stylistic too.
Yeah, that's this awesome thing that it's like stop motion almost.
Kinda.
Like during certain
The frame
scenes,
rates change.
Yeah, during certain scenes, the frames will go down. Then it'll suddenly feel like a comic.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
There's this one frame that's just all solid colors and solid, like flashy, like pop artists.
Yeah, when he's, like,
pop
stepping on
artish.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's I really wish Marvel would do more animated movies like this. Like
I
is
hope this
something
will kickstart that.
Yeah.
Yes, me too.
I mean,
Because they've been losing animated movie.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's DC who wins that
Yeah.
front
and
usually.
DC's like latest animated movie, like what's
Batman Ninja? Yeah.
It's really good.
That's
Like,
pretty good too, but it's
Yeah.
not like nearly as stylistic as
Yeah.
the Spider-Man one.
Mhm.
But before those, like the ones that looks like anime,
They're standard.
It's
Like they're
standard,
they're
but-
good quality, but they're standard.
yeah.
Mhm.
With what?
Like the DC movies.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
formulaic.
Bad Blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Red Hood,
the,
like,
the,
yeah,
the,
stuff that-
the movies animated by the Young Justice Studio.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
But those are good. And
They're good,
like-
but they don't really break ground.
Yeah, but
I see.
compared to the Marvel.
Oh, the Marvel
stuff,
ones got like.
Yeah.
like Marvel's
Nothing.
Marvel.
So if you want to talk about off model animation,
Yeah.
go to Marvel.
Oh
Mhm.
man, but
In
yeah,
a funky
hopefully
way.
this is the start of good.
Yeah,
animated
like
movies
even
for
at the start when it's just cars passing by, you can see
Yeah.
like a ghost trail of different colors.
Yeah.
You notice that? Like an
Very
old television.
stylistic, Yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
And like even just the imagery of Miles like falling into the city.
Oh yeah, that's
Like,
cool.
That
upside
was
down.
Upside down is
Mhm.
cool.
It
It's,
was
it's
super
really
cool.
great. Like I don't know if they can apply
And
this
fucking
to other.
The Spider-Man training him has like jeans on.
Oh yeah. He's like a really shitty
Like
Spider-Man.
he's
yeah.
wearing the costume, but his pants are out on the outside.
Man,
Oh, man.
if,
Gwen
if,
Spider-Man.
Dude, that's
if
also
there's
that
one
too.
thing I didn't kind of like in the
Uh-oh.
trailer
Uh-oh.
is that they showed Gwen.
Actually, yeah, but I'm also
showed
excited to
Gwen.
see Gwen animated.
yeah, I know, but
Yeah,
this is the
but
thing.
why didn't you like it that they showed Gwen?
That's
Because
the pull,
that could have
kasi.
been a surprise in the movie.
Oh, but
But
they
it's a
need
Spider-Verse
more.
thing.
I know,
No,
but
they
that's the
could
do
thing.
more.
they need to pull a wide audience in.
I know.
Yeah.
Like
Also,
it's
like,
not for us. They're using that to pull the scrubs who just
But
like
still,
Yeah,
Spider-Gwen.
plus, in my opinion, these days you need to put your best foot forward
Yeah.
these days because some
people are dumb.
Yeah,
I
some
don't know, man. Like
This is how you do marketing, Migs.
Yeah.
Nope.
Have you watched? Okay,
Nope.
the Deadpool thing.
I know the Deadpool.
Yeah, I know about the
Yeah,
Deadpool
I
thing.
know
So
the
Totally.
Deadpool
you know
thing.
the thing that happened in Deadpool 2 was something that
Fucking onslaught.
buti lang hindi yun pinakita sa trailer.
Actually,
Yeah,
yeah.
totally.
So I don't know, but yeah, I guess you're right that it's just Gwen.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it didn't reveal too much of her.
Yeah.
It's just that one
Just
thing.
dropped and then,
Hilo,
voice of
and
Haley Stable
whoosh,
or whatever.
Done.
But yeah, I really wish that.
I hope she gets a standalone movie after this.
Yeah, in that style, that'd be sick.
Can you imagine like this Spider-Verse like
Where,
animated movie
where he
verse
meets
for
fucking
all of
the
Spider-Man?
Marvel versus Capcom version.
I even imagine that it's gonna happen now. It's
Yeah.
Spider Verse, isn't it? Like
Yeah, hopefully that's gonna be the thing.
Or at least tease it at the end. Because like I'd rather prefer this first movie be like a smaller scale.
Okay.
Because he's learning to be Spider-Man.
And then
sure,
you
but
will
with the
see
title like
Spider-Verse.
No, it's
Into the
enter
Spider-Verse.
enter into the
Enter.
Spider-Verse, right? He's being coaxed into it.
like Dawn of Justice.
My man.
And then you will see the emissary from hell.
Oh shit.
Oh, I want to see that in the Spider-Verse.
Like maybe as a twist ending or something.
Mm.
Yeah,
Suddenly,
it's looking good.
Like a bunch of Spider-Men just come out.
like,
It's Spider Hand.
like there's this one giant
Oh, dude.
robot. Oh, I want to see that.
That would be sick.
Yeah.
That would be
You
sick.
just hear Japanese words.
Yeah.
Kimi wa naze.
Dude,
Yeah.
that's the hypest. Fucking Japanese.
It gets
Spider-Man.
destroyed in one page.
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Anything else happened in your week, my man?
Fucking Let's Plays.
Let's play.
No.
Let's
The
Play.
big one is
You
I finished.
played
Yeah.
Doki Doki Literature
Speaking of
Club.
funky PC games,
Okay.
Funky.
Okay.
fucking if you want to get meta with the weird shit, Doki Doki Literature Club.
Oh.
That's so good.
Does it have spiders?
No.
No,
Does it
I
have-
don't think so.
Does
Okay.
it, does, it
Raffy
have,
is
We're
sick.
good, we're good,
Raffy
we're
is
good.
sick.
does it have jump scares?
They're not egregious. Like there are a few, but it's not like audio blaring out at you.
Ah, okay.
Parang
That's
ganon.
good. That's
And
good,
they're
that's good.
usually really short. And parang
Like just a flash, just a
uh,
one framer.
and sometimes they acknowledge it too.
It's not a.
And sometimes it's not even like meant to scare you, but it will still startle you.
Yeah.
yeah.
Startle.
Because it's a visual novel type of game.
Yeah.
But its presentation kind of breaks that mold. So parang when a character interjects, it's not like they just come in from the side like, hey, ganyan. Like they physically appear in front of the character you're also talking to.
Yeah.
Parang
Huh,
ganon.
okay.
And they will block like the letter boxing of the words sometimes.
That's cool. That's cool.
It's a really, really good like
Yeah.
breaking of expectations when it comes
Yeah.
to the visual novel kind of genre.
No, like sure, the meta storytelling is nice. The twists are good. Like it's also easy YouTube bait, like the way it's structured. But it's classy in that aspect. But like as a visual novel, because the first part is pure visual novel.
Yeah, totally pure.
The presentation is good because like characters when they speak, their sprites will stretch and zoom in, so you know who's talking, right? Outside of just reading the word box.
Yeah.
Yeah, their sprite gets a little bit bigger.
Right. So like your attention gets drawn to them. You can notice the face changes and all that. What's that? The Pinoy horror game?
The Letter.
The letter does it where when it cuts into CG scenes, like specific art
There's
for that
movement.
scene. Yeah, there's movement. Like you know the dust you see in sunlight in the morning.
Yeah.
Parang you see
Specks
that.
of it,
Like somebody is against like a windowsill,
rays.
and you see that. Like that's still something that's moving. It gives life to the scene, or like the beams of light are changing and moving. Well, a little bits like that. And there's a part where a character pulls you into the closet, and the way it's presented is the closet open is the background, but then suddenly she zooms in and quickly zooms out. You hear a door slam, and then like an overlay of a faded out black screens over.
Cool.
Giving the illusion of the door being closed behind you.
Interesting.
That's cool.
That's cool. I thought that was going somewhere, and it's like she.
No, like that split second of presentation, like, we're in the closet now, even though the background doesn't change.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, normally it's just like fade to black and then...
Yeah.
Or like they'll just say that you're there, even though the scene doesn't change.
One of the things I'm excited about because of Doki Doki is like the amount of game developers it's going to inspire. You know what I mean? Because like just the presentation stuff. I mean, like we've had so many meta games these days, like Undertale, stuff like that, and a lot of people are starting. Like, there's so many game developers now that are going to be inspired by this, and I'm just excited to see how the visual novel like genre will evolve because of like Doki Doki.
Like the very out of the box approach to some certain normal tropes or trends in that game type. Is,
I don't know, like Doki Doki really set the bar really high when it comes to being meta. Like how they...
Right.
Yeah,
like,
plus not only is it meta, it's like the writing is actually good.
The writing is good.
Yeah, the writing
really
is
good.
actually good. And the music is good.
The music is adorable.
Yeah. Like,
and it also fucks with you.
It really fucks
in
with
so
you.
many ways.
Because it's all the same song.
It fucks with you. It's like 2 or 3 songs.
Yeah.
But then like there will be some
variations.
Yeah, like something will be off key and it's like discreet, but like you'll hear it because you've heard the song over and over again.
You'll feel it. Like,
interesting.
It really sets it up for you because throughout most of the game you're listening to the same exact song, just different renditions for whenever a character is on screen. Like each girl has their own version of the song. And like
the instruments will change when
the instruments will change.
It's them.
But it's like the same melody.
It's the same thing.
Because it's a literature club, right? So their activity is you'll write a poem for the day and then you present it to everyone.
And everyone shares their poems with each other.
So when you're reading a different girl's poem, the theme will change to like kunyari, the small young scrappy girl will have like kazoos in her theme.
Yeah.
Or the other one will just be guitar.
The other one will just be piano.
Yeah. Or the other one will be like a orchestral classic rendition.
But all of them just playing the same
It's the same
melody.
song.
And it's seamless. When you start reading the poem,
right, it'll just fade into the
song just transitions into those instruments, which is super nice.
Right.
It's great.
And like I don't want to give away the end where there's like a bit with the song, but like it's really cool.
It happens a lot. Like come the first revelation, there's already that thing where it's the same song, but then one note is off.
Yeah,
and that kind of that messes with you already.
Oh man! Besides Doki Doki, anything else?
That was just my homework. Like it's hard to find time to play anything.
Yeah, that's true though.
Yeah. But yeah, if you really want to see how messed up the game is, if you don't want to play the game, you could.
No, just play it. It's free.
Yeah, it's free.
It's also free.
But yeah, I just want to shout
Doki Doki is free on Steam.
Shout out to Contemplate.
Contemplate. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
listening to the stream is really
It's funny because we know that.
Yeah.
Go check out Contemplate stream on it, yo. The archive.
Or fucking Game Grumps too. Because
Yeah, Game
like
Grumps, too.
people who are blind to it is
We need
adorable.
to support the local people.
The local peeps.
No, just play it yourself because genuinely the writing is good. Even after all the things show up, there's a segment where you're locked in with a character, and then she will just spout off random conversations. Those are really good too.
Yeah.
Like, Some of them are really truthful about real life situations. And then, like, before the thing you have to do, she'll give you the answer eventually.
Exactly.
Pero, yeah, those are some solid. She gives actual writing tips, like real writing tips, or even speech tips too. It's great.
Put a reminder on my tablet to
Play Doki Doki.
Free.
It's
I think if you pay for it, you get the soundtrack,
Oh, cool.
and that's the extra thing. But like the game itself is free.
Cool.
Almost had a really crucial typo.
Oh.
Doki Doki Lit Club, right?
Yeah.
My
Clit love.
crucial typo.
Oh no.
As far as I know, if you're going off the metadata post game, and if you go into the deep hole of hidden code in the game files, they look to be making a game set to come out this year.
Yes, I heard about that as well.
Because Doki game came out Feb of last year, and
Is
it
it
blew up
last year
like
or-
mid or late.
Yeah.
Because that's when the Twitter account of one of the characters started.
Yeah.
February 2017. I'm guessing that's when the game came out.
Man, this is really like the era of auteur, like game design, like games that have like one specific guy behind them. You know?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
No, I think this is a
Hell
team.
No, it is a team, but like the Salvador guy, like what's
That's
his
his last name.
That's his name.
Dan
Yeah,
Salvador.
Yeah. Basically, like these days, a lot of games are being attributed to the
The one man.
the one the David Cage.
Oh my
The
God.
David
No.
Cage.
Oh no.
I knew it.
The
Oh, no.
auteurs,
We're
man.
gonna segue into
It's like turning your CEO.
Detroit.
It's like turning your CEO into a personality now.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Like
exactly.
what the game press cons have been doing recently.
And also, the game I said earlier was made by just one man. Pero it's an easy game naman. Yung Emily's Way.
Right.
Yeah, just
Like
one dude also.
this one, you'd think it's one guy, but
Yeah.
the all the presentation in it is like, parang no way.
Good stuff.
It's too hard to
Yeah.
make by yourself.
Nasty.
It's super good.
Does that mean it's
Yeah. Does that mean
Oh,
segue into
do you
Detroit?
need a break?
Oh no! I don't have like.
But you segued into David Cage.
No, I
though.
drank all my coffee and now I'm
But
like,
he doesn't have a PS4.
Yeah,
He's not
no,
playing it.
PS4. Anyways,
Can we? I'll defend Detroit because, like, I've
Okay.
been watching the Best
Rip
Friends
Hamilton.
play.
I have also been watching the Best Friends play Detroit.
Yo, that game as a game
Pretty.
looks nice.
It's so pretty.
It looks nice.
Why are you guys laughing?
Because it's the
Detroit.
Let's listen back to the
Yeah.
They
Let's
fist bumped
listen.
over the Detroit.
Yeah.
Rip Hamilton kasi.
There, that one.
Oh man. But yeah, like I've been watching like a Let's Play of it because I don't have a PS4.
Yeah.
This game is so pretty.
It
It
is.
looks
It
like
is.
it. But
He
how-
has that face capture
Pure eye
technology.
candy.
Does it
Yeah.
have all the cageisms still?
Yes.
Oh.
Like it's super cliche. He doesn't hide his subtle hints well.
Yeah. The
Like,
subtext is
This
out
isn't
there.
this isn't about slavery. It like super about
Dude,
slavery.
Yeah.
The androids have a compartment in the back of the bus where oh,
No,
They
there's a
charge?
line where I don't think they've reached it yet in their
Yeah.
Let's Play, but there's a line where a black character says like, "Oh, like that's slavery back in the day."
really,
Oh.
really,
It's basically that.
Okay.
man. And I thought like the androids in the back of the bus was enough of like a oh man, that's that.
It's funny. It
Yeah.
looks, it
Like,
looks
is there
hilarious.
some sort of improvement when it comes to the dialogue, at least? Like, compared to the older
dialogue is-
David Cage games?
It's fine.
No, the acting
it's
is great.
normal. Yeah, it's like
Okay,
a
that's
movie.
good. But the actual script, the actual...
It's not bad.
Dialogue.
It's like a good, decent movie.
Yeah, I'm like
It's very cliche, straightforward.
I'm still of the opinion that the writing is schlocky, but it's by no means bad.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm always at a loss at the fact that the medium of the game is like kind of being weirdly misused and misunderstood.
because it could have
Also-
been a movie.
Yeah, because like it
Yeah.
feels like it should be a movie, and the parts where the parts that they gamify feel very contrived. Like
Because it's just a
they will
QTE.
turn they will turn certain things into QTEs that
Yeah.
don't
Right.
make sense to
Right.
be QTEs.
I will
Opening the sink.
defend that because I've seen The Heavy Rain. I haven't played much of it.
Yeah.
I've played Beyond. And you know how like the gamification of something like kunyari, two characters will start fighting
Yeah.
because you need to put a game in here.
Yeah.
You will extend that fight scene because of the inputs,
Yeah.
Totally.
right? And
course.
it can get to a point where it just looks straight up silly. Especially like look up the fucking market scene chase in Heavy Rain, where they
Yeah.
fail all the QTEs, and
Oh,
like
crap.
this detective guy's just bumbling his way through the entire thing.
But
Shit.
I think I remember there's this one good QTE sequence in Heavy Rain where the murderer's chasing the woman in the house.
Oh, the taxidermist DLC.
Yeah.
Like that's really tense. That's fine.
It's
Actually,
That's DLC.
Actually, for me, the QTEs are fine. What gets me is
Okay.
what I like to call the slow time events.
unnecessary.
The one that
QTEs.
freezes.
The ones that freeze. Basically,
Yeah.
when you're mid-press
And then they stop.
and then
until
you let
press.
go, they stop. As if
Right.
they were frozen in time. That's what gets me. Because QTEs, I kind of get it from a gameplay perspective because
Sure.
it requires you to like be paying attention. Like it grabs your attention. It requires you to have reflexes. But the slow time events, that's what
Yeah.
gets me. The ones where, for example, you're supposed to be walking forward
Yeah, yeah.
and opening a door or
Yeah.
something.
Yeah.
And
And you mash X to do that.
yeah, you mash X or you hold R1. If you let go in the middle, they freeze.
They stop.
Like
Yeah.
the whole
Like-
thing freezes.
The way they made it
I
is
see.
per press is the actual action,
Right.
and you don't like build up to it, unlike some other games.
Or like, let's say there's a scene where you're crawling and it involves 3 different button holds.
Yeah.
Sure.
And if you let go of one, they just like kind of
You
freeze in
stop.
place. And it's like,
Okay.
it just feels like a misuse of the medium.
So
Right.
it's-
Because the
it
oth-
breaks the immersion.
The other
Is that-
alternative is God of War, where when you stop pressing, he goes in reverse.
Yeah.
What? In God of War?
Yeah, like when you're trying to open a door,
He's
right?
pushing a thing.
You're pressing
Oh,
circle, he's
yeah.
lifting it up. Once
Yeah.
you stop pressing, he starts putting it back down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah, makes sense.
But it's not like him failing, it's just him going in reverse.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right? It's not
That
him
is
dropping
kind
the thing, it's him actually just animating backwards.
Okay.
Diba?
But it's shown as like he's faltering.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
that
No,
like
it,
a
it
struggle.
doesn't look like he's faltering. He's rewind. It looks like he's going back in time.
Yeah.
because you failed.
going back
But
in
in
time, I see.
in Detroit,
Uh.
the characters freeze because
Yeah.
you're actually making the progress frame per frame.
Yeah, you're
with
just-
each press.
You're basically just letting the movie play by pressing the button.
Right.
I see how that's.
I will
something,
say
yeah,
that
yeah.
there's not a lot of that in
Mm-hmm.
Detroit so far. But it does look silly when you do it. But most people will not stop midway. That's just us being silly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's
And
true.
you want to. You
And
want
it kind of
see
makes
Right.
sense because they're robots.
And the actions that you do
Okay.
do for that is like maybe every once in a major scene, and it's usually just 1 or 2 actions, and it's
okay.
not in the actions where you're actually doing combat, kunyari. But the problem that I had with older games like kunyari, Beyond Two Souls and Heavy Rain, because you have to gamify like an event, the fight scenes get dragged.
Yeah.
Yun nga, it tends to look kind of silly. So far, naman, of what I've seen in Detroit, it's like a lot more tasteful. Like you can still see it, but it's not like long enough or
Yeah, it
absurd
doesn't
enough
make sense
to,
now.
to break you out of it.
I
so
see. I see.
and there's still that intensity in Detroit that
That's
some scenes in older David Cage games still like pull.
Man, I'm so glad I finally have a term for it though. 'Cause, like, I've been trying to rack my head. It's like, what do I call that thing that's not a
Slow
quick time
time.
event? Yeah.
A slow time.
And
Slow time.
the slow time event.
Slow time
But
event.
the other thing I actually wanted to talk about was that thing we've been discussing throughout the week of in between each chapter they show you the flow chart of the choices.
And you were really like against that.
Yeah.
Like you wanted that to be shown at the very end.
Yes, I
right?
wanted it
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
be shown at the very end because not only does it take me out of the story, and like I like the fact because them being robots adds a lot to like the structure of this presentation because
Yeah, yeah.
you get to see the paths, you get to see the flowchart. You
Yeah.
like even like a part like more parts of the game are enriched by them being androids because certain areas have invisible walls because you're an android and
Right.
the programming
And
won't allow it.
instead of actually just making it an invisible wall, there's like a HUD blocker that
Yeah,
appears.
yeah.
Like how Assassin's Creed would do it sometimes.
Yeah, I gotcha.
But with the flowchart at the end of each chapter, sure, I really enjoy being able to see like what was actually a choice, what
Yeah.
wasn't a choice, what stuff I missed, what percentage of players around the world picked what.
Yeah, that's new.
That's super cool, but I like part of me doesn't want it in between each chapter.
Yeah.
Because not
You'll be
only
looking out for the next one.
not only does it take me out of the experience, but it looks a lot like to the merit of the game. It is quite impressive how much they've put in. But
Yeah.
in my opinion, it would have been even more impressive if it wasn't compartmentalized like that. Like if you saw everything at the end, you'd be like, "Whoa, this is a great game."
Yeah.
But seeing it per chapter really takes away from the grandioseness of it all because like
You can see the strings, kind of.
like I want to shit on it, but I can't because like to be honest, it's good. Like
At least
like-
for now, right?
Yeah, at least for now. Like it's
We
good.
don't know when the cage will happen.
Yeah, and
cageing.
and actually
Fine.
here like they've hired some people to keep him reined in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
That's good. Yeah. It's showing.
Yeah, but just seeing the strings like bothers me because that's one of the things you want to achieve through game design, whether it be like because it's such a story-driven story.
Yeah.
I mean, what the fuck am I saying? It's such a story-driven game that I don't want to see the strings for this particular game. I mean,
Yeah.
if I'm playing a Shovel Knight, I want to see all the strings because
Sure.
yeah, something like
I
that.
gotcha.
But that's not exactly what I mean. But you know what I mean.
Yeah. Like I imagine if like Walking Dead, every time like not even like the episodes end, like even just after a section, after a scene, and
You
it's
get to
showing
see
you
the percentage choices
you
now.
could have killed this boy instead. Tas parang a lot of people did this. Tas parang how that affect you moving forward is that you'd be thinking of that instead of just feeling what the narrative is telling you to feel or what you actually feel about it. Parang nakita mo na lang instead yung the choices as plain and blank as they are.
And with what I've seen through like the flowcharts I've seen for each chapter so far,
Yeah.
like some chapters are very linear. Some chapters have like a lot of impressive branches. And in my head, it's just such a missed opportunity to show all of that in one fell swoop rather than in sections because it would be so much more impressive.
Like,
my opinion.
No, I'll be coming in from the opposite side of this because you can't do that for something like Walking Dead.
Yeah,
Because
totally
that
not.
game is hella
Episodic.
linear. It's not just episodic; it's super linear. Like the branches might, because they try to trick you into thinking that it's a lot deeper and more diverse than you think.
Yeah.
It's about somebody's emotions are better with me now.
Yeah.
Then like that character just dies. And then if you play it again, you'll find out that even if you pick another choice, they will still
Still
die because
happen.
that's part of the story, right?
But the first run through is like you feel like shit for choosing something.
Yeah.
Right.
Because they make you feel like there's a lot, like the weightier choices on the other
Right.
one. Parang so there's more
But
content.
because it's linear, they have to hide that. They have to make it convincing to you.
Totally.
And then ako naman, when it comes to like David Cage games, I want the game to be more truthful about how diverse it is because they claim that it's trying to be that, right?
Okay.
And at least with Heavy Rain, it was cool that some characters can actually die if you fail a QTE.
Yeah.
And then it would continue without it, right?
Yeah.
Right.
But if you go to Beyond, you cannot fail in that game.
Really?
Oh,
He
that
says that
sucks.
failure is a fucking what is it?
construct.
No, game overs are a failure of the game design, right? But that game is failed states galore.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
you're fucking what's her name? Si Jodie, si Ellen Page
Ellen
cannot
Page.
die in that game,
Yeah.
and the most of the divergent paths aren't really important because kunyari, there's a scene where Jodie with her mysterious ghost power is introduced to
With her
this
stand.
this party of children who are assholes. So you can choose to either punish the kids or parang, take it and go home. So
Right.
the only thing that matters from that is if you punish the kids, the next scene where it does a time skip to Jodie's teenager years, she's in a punk outfit because she's rebelling.
That's it.
And then if you don't, she's all like conservative Jodie. But the scene is playing out the same way.
Okay.
And
okay.
parang there's in the teenager part, there's a scene where she can't go out to a party because it's at night.
So it's like surface.
So she fucking gets mad and shreds guitar really loudly.
Cool.
So that kind of doesn't, it plays out if she's in her rebel outfit,
yeah.
but if she's all conservative, it kind of doesn't.
looks weird.
That still happens.
Yeah, it still happens.
fuck.
So
Okay.
the way that, especially with how the best friends fucking react to all the, especially when the choices like blink out and it keeps going, keeps getting wider. They go, whoa! Because they see where it diverged, and then they see the question mark at the end, like, what the fuck happens there?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that adds to some added excitement for a gameplay standpoint, and no game with divergent choices like this has ever branched out to this degree.
That far, yeah. Totally.
But I think the closest was Until Dawn, which made some slight script changes, but it's still like one of three, kunyari, right?
Yeah.
But so far, I think we've only seen like 2 or 3 chapters with a lot of diverging endpoints.
Right, but when we do see it, there's a lot.
It's super impressive. Yeah,
That was yun nga, parang they've identified some that don't have a starting branch, so they're guessing it might be related to another, like a previous scene, which is unproven at this point. It would be nice if that was the case. But I think also the reason why, aside from a gameplay standpoint, that it shows you all these choices is that there's just going to be so many scenarios. Yeah. And if they put it at the end, you won't remember any of that.
That's true. That's also
like
true.
what they did in The Walking Dead. Like that's what I'm also thinking. Like, would it help if what they did in Detroit was similar to what they did in Walking Dead, where it's just a poll of what people did?
They
on
show,
certain
yeah, they do show that,
but not actual.
Not a poll,
yeah,
just a percentage per choice.
Yeah, like they're not really showing you the branches, but basically
they show you
choice. Yeah. Like because Walking Dead is something that has that kind of similar community effect where this guy actually like a lot of like a majority of players actually do this or do that.
If ever, I think Detroit improved upon it because not only do they show the flowchart, but they also show what percentage of players pick this choice.
But that's the thing. But that's the thing. But because they showed the flowchart, it made you kind of iffy about it. But what if they just showed the percentage?
No, I don't think it's the flowchart that makes me iffy about it.
I mean the branches, rather. Right?
Like,
or the timing.
Like,
timing?
For me, it was all about the timing of
where it's every chapter.
Yeah, where it's every chapter.
I see.
I actually super agree with Migoy that I like seeing how honest this game is in a way that it's not trying to fool me that this was a choice. Instead, it tells me, straight up, this has to happen.
Right, because in most games, it's not really a choice.
Yeah, it's not really
it's
a choice.
It's a fake choice.
And, like, in my opinion, that is one of the goals of game design, to be able to show the audience, to be able to make the audience feel that they're in a real world, like, where their choices have repercussions, stuff like that. But my whole thing was the timing. The timing of it all. Because it feels really weird to just, like, with every chapter, I feel like I need to go back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it doesn't feel... Like, it takes away from the sense of permanence, in my opinion. Because, like, it makes me treat it more like a game rather than an experience.
Yeah, that'll do that.
I think if these choices would happen, like, after every maybe 3 scenarios.
Actually, that sounds fine to me.
Like bigger chunks.
Yeah, bigger chunks.
Some scenes are long.
Some scenes are so short. Yeah. And like in my opinion, like if it was some sort of gameplay heavy game, I am completely fine with saves coming. Because that is part of your experience. That is part of your because when you're managing so many parameters and stuff, you tend to be perfectionist about it. But when it comes to something so story driven, like, I don't want to get taken out of, like...
Because this game allows for, like, after every end of scenario...
There's a save
you can redo it.
You can totally save
You can redo it.
I see.
And choose to change that save game. Because, you like those choices better, you can rock with that.
That's a good...
Or you can still commit with your first one, but at least have the others unlocked.
Yeah, that's what makes me feel weird.
I think that's a good feature.
I think that's good, but like some scenes are so short that it kind of happens a lot.
Like utility-wise, I also think it's a good feature. It just like
so you don't have to play the entire thing over and over again?
It's just that utility-wise, great, but in service to the story, I don't think so.
I think this might have been better if it's something that you unlock post-game completion.
Yeah. New Game Plus?
If you New Game Plus, then it starts to...
Yeah, kind of like The World Ends With You.
Yeah, somewhat.
The World Ends With You at the very end of the game, you get the chapter select. Kind of?
It's different.
Yeah, it is very different. It is very different.
Or like an optional...
There's no feelings in that. No, there are.
There are.
Like an optional screen that you can see the flowchart in if you want to. Is it
right? Or at least like as a reward, for beating
I think that's
a chunk.
good idea. Kasi, when you're in
but you're forced to see it, kasi.
When you're in New Game Plus, you're in game mode. Like you're playing this game again.
Yeah.
You're not like experiencing the story for the first time.
Right.
Like immersion isn't as key because you've seen it before, right?
Man, and
sorry.
Yeah.
I was gonna say like I was gonna draw a comparison to like D&D and other sorts of tabletop RPGs. That it feels weird when the GM says, "Oh, but like after a playthrough or like a specific section, oh well, you chose this, pero kung ito yung ginawa niya,
You could have done this and this and
Yeah,
this.
yeah,
and
this
this.
would have happened.
I made
would
this
have done
fucking
and
boss
that and
for
that.
you.
Yeah.
But that feels like
You should have said
I want
that.
my own adventure.
Yeah.
But then he also like wrote that and like, oh, I
Yeah.
really wanted you guys
It's
to
true.
fight
To
this
experience
Yeah,
boss.
that's true.
part of
I
the
spent so
adventure.
many hours and you just missed it because kunyari like Louis dicking around.
Yeah. That's true. I've
As he
experienced
does.
He
that.
killed the bard that was supposed to give you the quest.
Man, I remember like I played a game on Steam called War Games. I think you guys heard of it. So it's kind of
I
weird.
think I've
like
heard it as an ad on YouTube.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me too.
comparing
What
it
is
to how Detroit and The Walking Dead shows the branches at the end of the chapter.
Right.
This game shows the branches while you're playing.
Oh
So
shit.
basically,
Aww.
War Games is an FMV type of game,
Oh.
and it has an interesting interface because it just shows you like you're in this game, you're a hacker, and you're watching like the surveillance of like surveillance footages of the characters in the game.
Right.
And what happened was certain actions and certain scenes change
Yeah.
depending on who you focus with. So if, for example, you focus on this woman, that's one branch. But if you go switch to another person, it goes to another branch.
Okay, so it's not like
it shows you like a wavelength of branch.
It's not like
Switching.
a strict flow chart. It's more like a checklist.
Yeah,
Really.
but there's one point at the video that will make you go into this certain branch. So it still depends on like a bookmark on the video clip. So it's kind of interesting at the same time. It's kind of it's a slow paced game because you need to watch everything. So you can't fast forward because you have to finish the scenario, and it won't work if it's acted out terribly. That's the thing.
I have another point with the being able to see the choices.
Sure.
Shit, I forgot.
You can do it. I believe in you.
I believe in you too.
I believe in you.
Jesus,
I believe in you,
I
Peter.
forgot. Super forgot.
You're the pet now.
But yeah, but if ever, I think
Yeah.
Detroit is a success in a way that it's gotten us to talk about it so much.
Oh, we're
Without
reviewing a
even
game we
playing
never
it.
played.
Yeah, I know.
That's
Oh,
kinda-
here, I remembered it now.
Yeah.
Because like how the game works is you will usually progress if you go to a certain object or item. What if you go to that by accident without exploring the rest of the game, right?
Oh no.
That would
Diba?
be unfortunate.
Right, but that happens.
Yeah, that-
Parang
Yeah.
like I want to get everything in this room done first before I go like do the story.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
like, oh, I pressed X, I'm going upstairs now. And,
Yeah,
oh, I can't go
yeah,
back
that's the thing,
downstairs
like-
anymore.
Like when I'm experiencing that, like I always usually just wing it. I just go forward because
Right,
that's
but
something that
sometimes like I
Yeah.
I pressed the wrong input. Like,
it is true.
but because the game is designed this way, I can't go back down. At
Yeah.
least then you can see what will make you progress, and you can work your way to avoid certain
Next time.
scenarios like that.
Yeah.
And like the game, you can now scan what you can interact with.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Because you're an android,
Right,
Like, you have
you'll-
this detective android vision.
Yeah, the detective vision, and then you'll see icons that you can zoom in and like analyze.
It's
and
like- this
yo,
like-
that's a progression point. That's a progression point.
It's
That's an
similar
interactable.
And it's not
to
exactly
Heavy
hand-
Rain. It's similar to the detective glasses in Heavy Rain, right?
But it's a lot
Better.
better.
A lot better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a lot more thematic, and it doesn't hold your hand too hard because you have to get sort of near the object first. before
Right.
it totally pops
Oh,
up.
But
okay.
even if you're not near, you can see what it's gonna do.
Exactly.
Or parang give you an idea of what your character will do once you get there.
Man, it's just so funny how invested we are in a game we haven't played yet.
Yup.
Yeah,
Because we
should
want to
stream
shit on it so
goddamn.
bad.
Yeah.
That's why.
Oh man.
Because
But,
it's because the cage. God.
like, I just hope because so far it's good. I
Yeah.
just hope that it keeps going on the good
Right.
Yeah.
because
That's how all his games start. It starts
Yeah.
off good.
and like the reviews I've seen so far are very polarizing in a way that a lot of the mainstream reviewers are giving it high praise.
Okay.
But a lot of the more critical reviewers I'm seeing are saying how it's a beautiful train wreck or how the writing is garbage. And like I haven't
Writing
seen
can be garbage, but good because that's
Yeah.
usually like a typical like action movie or something.
I haven't seen like a general consensus about
Right.
it. It's been very polarizing. So we will wait for
Or
more,
we should just play.
We
it.
don't
should.
have
Let's
the
stream.
means to play
Yeah, we
it.
don't.
We have if we can borrow
I don't
someone's
want to buy
copy.
it.
We can borrow someone's copy, guys.
That's the main thing.
Yeah,
Or
if you
spot-
have a copy of Detroit, send it to.
Yeah, sponsor us by sending us.
Send us a code in the email.
Oh,
right?
man.
What's our
Besides-
email?
Good Trades Brigade at
gmail.com.
gmail.com. Yeah. Thank you, Sony.
We
No,
love you.
because at least going over
Thank you,
Indigo
Richard
Prophecy,
Hamilton.
Yeah.
like that game starts off amazing, but
Mm-hmm.
not only does it become bad with writing, it becomes straight up stupid.
It becomes
Aliens.
yeah, it becomes lost.
It becomes Dragon Ball on top of a building.
You just said like 3 different properties.
It's
that
all true.
I don't know
all
how
true.
they mesh together. Aliens, Dragon Balls,
Like-
and Lost.
Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Remember how you get
Matrix.
superpowers? Yeah, you have
Yeah.
that Matrix Dragon
It-
Ball fight on top of a building.
Yeah,
Alright.
they have alien cyber bits,
Alien
insects
cyber
things.
It starts off
That
like,
chases you
oh yeah,
around.
that fucking
That's
office
weird.
scene
Yeah,
where you're
that's-
just hallucinating.
Dude, that's weird. Yeah,
The insects in the office.
you're being
I haven't
chased
seen it.
by
I haven't seen it.
like cyber
It happens
insect
so early, too.
aliens. Yeah, from the internet.
But how that game starts off is, you wake up in a restroom of a diner, and there's a dead body in front of you,
Yeah.
Sweet.
and then parang like, what happened? What did I do? My hands are covered in blood.
Oh,
So
it's
you
one of
like you
those-
wash off your hands. You go out and there's a cop sitting there. Like, oh,
Yeah.
Lord God
I need to get
Almighty.
out of here before he goes into the restroom.
just like
Sounds
a dark man.
cool.
Like
Yeah.
a dark
It
man.
sounds.
Like,
It starts
and
off
the character-
really
And that's the
cool.
thing. You have to hide the body and like hide your
Yeah,
tracks, right?
you can close the door to the
Yeah,
stall.
stuff like
you
that.
can wash your hands. You can
and then
discreetly pay your bill or just fucking gun it.
yeah. And then next chapter, you play as the police.
Whoa!
And you
Yeah.
investigate what you've done.
It starts off really cool,
It's
then it gets
really
super dumb.
Yeah, dude. It's
Fuck,
really
that's
good.
So
It broke my heart a
we're
little bit.
we're expecting Detroit to go into that,
Yeah.
but so far nobody has seemed to.
Yeah.
said, like bad writing, sure, pero
That's my favorite thing about
Fucking
Fahrenheit.
stupid.
It got me really invested to the point that I finished it, and I feel empty
so
after.
bad.
Seriously,
It gets really bad.
Soul crushing.
it became from this like really good thriller type story into the Matrix. Yeah.
Like
Just
Heavy
like the
Rain.
Matrix.
Heavy Rain doesn't do that. It doesn't get that bad,
Yeah.
but it's riddled with bad writing and parang
Sure.
mysterious love interest out of nowhere.
Whoa.
Press X to Jason.
Yeah, like that. And like, why is the lady always in these sexy scenarios?
Hell yeah.
Diba?
There's a murderer time to take a
Fucking
shower.
Beyond Two Souls gets worse
What's with all the showers?
every time. Like
Yeah.
that's the bingo card game. Right
That's the
now.
bingo card game.
What I never really understood is like, why did you become a soldier? Why does Ellen Page become a soldier?
Exactly.
What is
Yeah.
that?
She's a soldier. She
She's
becomes
an
a hobo.
X-Man.
She's a
hobo.
child. She
what is
burns
that?
this party's house.
Now there's a ghost.
Then she has a boyfriend that you have to court in her apartment.
Yeah.
She has to shower now. She
It
has to
sounds-
shower
yeah.
again.
It
Native
sounds-
American ghost. Okay.
Okay.
Final Fantasy spirits within. This is happening now.
It sounds like every week during their weekly Quantic Dream meeting, David Cage comes in and is like,
I have this idea.
what about Native American ghosts?
I saw that movie on the television.
And then like next week,
And then she has to shower.
Yeah.
Because that's French.
Of course.
oh man.
And then the joke is that nobody is in the room but Tim talking to himself.
And his drawing of the dick butt
Yeah.
farting in his office.
It's just a camera shot of him explaining his
Yeah.
plan. That's when it
Hello.
pans around. It's no one.
It's just him.
It's just.
He'll sit down and say, "Oh, that's so good."
Oh man. I can't wait to like get further. Just watching Let's Plays for now, but I kind of do want to like.
It's
get on
fun
it.
watching the best friends because they know.
Yeah, they know the
They know the
cageisms.
cage.
They know the history, and I think that's why we're so invested because we know the history of the cage. But besides
What else?
that,
Yeah.
besides getting into becoming heavily invested,
Becoming human.
becoming heavily invested in a game I haven't played yet.
Yeah.
Like Migoy mentioned a while ago, I finished Gundam 00. It was great. I had a fun time. I should be watching the movie soon. I don't have much to say
Finish
about
the
that.
movie.
Yeah.
The movie's dumb, but finish it.
It was fun. But one of the there are two things I jumped onto recently.
Sure.
One is Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Hey yo, Nine.
Nine-Nine. I got into
That's my homework.
Dude, like,
So
It's
good.
an easy watch.
So good.
It's an easy watch.
Easy
It's
watch.
so good. And I can't believe I put it off for this long because before I think I watched like an episode in passing. Like somebody was having it playing on the TV and I was just like, yo, that's cool. And then I didn't.
Gone.
Yeah.
I've only seen episode 1 so far.
It's really good. It's really good. I'm thoroughly enjoying myself on Brooklyn Nine-Nine. And I can't wait to... It's going to be my casual watch from now on. Like,
all the characters. It's
yeah.
so good.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Man.
And they have the like they're such fully realized characters for comedy shows.
Yeah.
They're consistent to their character traits
Mhm.
all throughout. Like this is the one thing they do, or the two things they do.
It's great. It's super great.
Love it.
But besides that, the other thing I got on because I was curious and wanted shitting rights.
Whoa.
Okay.
Wow. What is that?
Here we go.
Yeah. I started watching Hannibal.
Hey man, it's good.
Yeah.
Is it on Netflix?
It's on Netflix.
Oh, really? Okay.
Ooh.
Yes.
It's good. I mean,
Hannibal is
I
on
heard.
Netflix.
I heard it's good.
Yeah, that's the thing. When I started watching it, I thought it was good too. Then I kept watching it.
That's
and
what
then,
people say too.
Yeah, certain things about it started getting to me. Because, okay, Hannibal.
Oh, boy.
Hannibal. Who plays Hannibal again? What's
I
his
have
name?
no
Mads
idea.
Mikkelsen.
Yeah, Mads Mikkelsen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I thought
Death Stranding, man.
That's Death Stranding, man, for
Strange
sure.
evil boy.
Yeah, Doctor Strange bad guy with eye makeup.
Yeah. And so I started watching Hannibal, and it's presented beautifully. I love it, and it's very interesting. It presents an interesting premise. I'm invested, stuff like that. But the more you watch this show, the more I felt like it was not about the story.
It's about the cooking.
No. The more I watched the show, the more it felt like it was just eye candy.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, like it was more about showing artful murders.
Like how many
Like Dexter.
how many seasons is Hannibal?
I think that's 3
It's
seasons.
just one
Three?
book,
Oh,
man.
that's 3 seasons.
It's just one book for Red
I've
Dragon.
heard people say season 1 is
it's-
good and then
Yeah, season
disregard
one
the
is
rest.
Yeah.
Like, I think they just dragged it all along because of the cooking.
No, yeah.
Or
but
the
like,
popularity
Yeah,
for money.
popularity.
But even during, like, season 2 is hot garbage. Like, I am going through season 2 right now. Like, while watching the show, I thought it only had 1 season. And then I clicked the seasons button. I was like, 3 seasons? How can they keep this going for 3 fucking seasons? That's impossible. I'm on season 2 right now. Season 2 is hot garbage. And it the negatives only intensify in season 2.
Oh my god.
But in season 1, even in season 1, I immediately noticed that, number 1, this is more about showing artful depictions of murder than it is about story.
Yeah.
Number 2, like, I cannot get it out of my head that as the story progresses, it just feels like you're listening to one person through several mouths.
Shit.
Because
Everyone talks like Hannibal. Everyone, like, it's crazy.
Hi, Clarice.
No, like, at the start of it,
Do you like
they
some
try to
steak?
have defining roles about them. Like, there's this one guy who's on the spectrum who has insane empathy to the point that he can solve murders just by looking at it,
That's
right?
the thing. They changed that. That bit about he's in the spectrum. That's not in the books.
Yeah, but,
Yeah.
like, I'm giving artistic license here. Sure, they can change that. But,
Yeah.
Sure.
but it just gets to the point that the starting differences between each character, the things that make them characters, start fading away. And all of these characters just start becoming mouthpieces for the author
Christ
in
alive.
order to spout, like, dude, this is a weird-ass village of prose and philosophy. Like, everyone here has read fucking the Odyssey. You're like,
Everyone's so cultured.
dude, it's crazy. It's
like
crazy how
Hannibal.
cultured everyone is, and how everyone just like makes these like quips and references. Like, it feels like I'm listening to a fan fiction writer. Like, it's that
It's
bad,
one voice.
dude. Yeah, it's crazy. Like, what really got me out of it was when they all started speaking in like monotone, like You know how a smart person sounds like?
Yes.
I don't know.
No, okay.
I've
Here.
never heard me
A
talk.
person pretending to be smart or an
a
actual smart person?
No, a person who wants to sound smart. That's what everyone in Hannibal sounds like. But the thing is,
The thesaurus.
the thing is
The show.
when Mads Mikkelsen does it, it works.
Because he's
It's
Hannibal.
classy.
He's classy.
Yeah.
Sure.
But when everyone else, when fucking Morpheus does it,
Oh no!
Yeah, yeah.
It's fucking, I don't know.
I can imagine.
Fishburne?
yeah,
Yeah,
Fishburne's in
Lawrence
it.
Fishburne.
no.
Fishburne's in it, and his character is the flattest character I've ever seen. And
Well-
who only gets like he's supposed to be some hard-boiled detective chief person, but he gets mad for no reason sometimes.
He gets mad at Mad.
Yeah, no, he gets mad at things for no reason sometimes. Like he'll shout at the top of his lungs for no reason.
I'm profoundly
God.
mad.
Yeah.
Because of what?
I don't know.
Wala.
Because
Like,
of-
literally wala.
Because they've established him as somebody with a short temper. That's it. That's the only
Did
reason.
David Cage make this?
Dude, it's so weird. It feels
Yeah.
like
Short temper does not really
like
translate into...
like how Emile describes Hannibal. It's like he's describing a David Cage
It
TV
sounds
show.
like it.
Is there a shower scene or like Mads
There's
Mikkelsen
gotta
is
be.
like...
You're not wrong.
there
Did
are.
they mold his nipples without his consent?
Oh man,
Oh,
it's
no.
so weird, man. As
Does he
in,
become a soldier?
I mean,
That fights Native American ghosts.
oh,
In episode 1, the creator appeared before the show.
Oh
Says,
no! To give you a
"This
crash
is
test
me."
dummy tutorial.
oh,
David
man.
Cage.
Follow these Google Chrome icons.
Like at this point, I mean, like I'm almost done with season 2, and I don't feel any drive to finish.
You
it.
have to finish it.
No.
You need the rights.
I do need
You've
the rights.
gotten this far.
I mean,
Well, he hit a snag. That's with me with Sherlock. I have the
Yeah.
rights. I feel like I'm
Oh,
not
man.
gonna finish it. I know it. I have the rights. I know what I don't
I couldn't
like.
finish episode 3 of season 1 of Sherlock.
Man,
Right?
like
How
can't.
was that? Yeah.
what's
What was your
episode 3?
experience with that?
I
What's
fucking don't
episode
remember.
No, 3
Episode
was,
2 had the
horror
circus knives. Yeah.
acting. Two was
Fucking knives.
Red
knives.
guy.
Yeah. Red guy was 3.
He's pretty red guy. I can see it.
you know what got me to like feel like this isn't worth it?
Yeah.
During the last episode of season 2 that I watched,
Yeah.
in the previous episode, someone was murdered. A very important character was murdered.
Sorry, this is Sherlock.
No.
It's Hannibal.
Hannibal.
Sorry. Go.
Like a character that's been with us since season 1
You
has
can-
been murdered.
Mads
A
Mikkelsen.
big death.
Lawrence
Big
Fishburne.
death. Big
Okay,
death. Not-
okay.
Not super big.
You know
but
what?
big
You
death.
could.
But in the
Oh,
last episode I
honestly.
watched,
He's back to life.
suddenly,
No.
they open a door
He's back.
and it's back.
What the hell?
The person is back.
This is ABC bullshit.
For no reason, cliffhanger.
That doesn't sound like...
Dude,
That sounds like
Neil Delandy.
Dude,
That-
it feels like fucking lost writing. You know what I mean?
No.
Or they're
this-
writing
this-
it on the fly.
Yeah,
Oh
This
my
feels
God.
like the Flash or Arrow
It
type.
feels like
of-
a CW show.
Yeah, this feels like a CW show.
LCW show will have some stupid love triangle
Like,
in it.
Yeah.
Dude, it is becoming like a weird soap opera that is way so far stuck up its own ass because everyone talks like a fucking philosophy major. It's making me upset.
I mean, at least Lost kind of had some sort of pseudo explanation.
Did it?
Did it though?
Yeah.
Dude, the writers admitted that they.
Yeah, they were making it up on the fly.
Yeah, the writers totally admitted it. But besides that, I've been having a lot of fun with Magic.
Yes.
And
So fun.
that's mostly it. I think that's most of my week. I'm just gonna continue Hannibal.
How many episodes is it per season?
13, 14,
1 hour
each.
each?
Yeah, it's a rough watch.
1
It's a rough
hour?
watch. Yep.
But that,
Like
that still
value
sounds
for-
consumable.
Mm-hmm.
To an
Value for
extent.
Time Award goes to Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Yep.
Like,
Brooklyn
just keep
Nine-Nine.
it on.
I'm having so much fun with Brooklyn Nine-Nine.
Dope.
Oh man.
I think that's it.
Yeah.
Anything you guys looking forward to next week?
Westworld.
I gotta get on that. I haven't even watched season one.
I'm waiting for that to pile on.
I haven't even watched season one.
I'm at episode 7 right now.
Is it good? Is it dumb?
They just revealed something. It's
Is it good? Is it dumb?
Is it a guy who died?
No,
he's
it's
behind
good.
the door.
Okay, because I've heard like it's good, dumb, good.
I
Yeah.
heard 0. Like, Westworld last year was flaming hot.
No,
right.
because
I've been
this-
hearing mixed for this one.
Yeah, I've been hearing mixed as well.
We were in
I haven't
Netflix
even watched
territory
season
right
one.
now, so we haven't have any news.
No, but
that much.
he's right. Parang like the people who are mixed at a certain point, they're like, "Oh my god, it's so good."
Okay.
But yeah, like for me, I don't know. Like I like season 1, and they kind of set like the premise of Westworld in season 1, right? But they're still having little bits of breadcrumbs that you think that this is gonna happen in season 2, but no,
Everyone's a robot.
no. But
You
season 2,
were a robot.
the season 2, they kind of went deep into it a bit. So that's something.
Speaking of which, like the prostitute lady from Westworld
Yeah.
is in Solo.
Andy Newton.
Oh, Sandy Newton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's in
Wait
the
a
intro of Solo.
minute. Does that? Oh no! Have you watched Solo?
She's the girlfriend
care.
of Woody Harrelson for a
Okay.
bit.
What spoilers could there be? I
No,
don't
because
He meets the fuzzy guy.
What?
He swindles a black guy for his
care.
spaceship.
He gets the spaceship.
because I just want to know because in the comics,
There's a Solo comic.
so like
Yeah,
they
Solo, yeah.
like they found out that Solo has a wife.
Oh, that's not canon anymore.
Oh,
Is
so,
it?
because
No.
that's what I want to
They
know if
obliterated
Sandy
the
Newton's character. in
I
Solo
know
is
that, but
the
I
wife.
think it's reworked.
Okay,
But it
That's
could
good.
still happen because there's still
I mean,
like a
it's
bunch
Marvel-
of years in
and,
between.
and
Depends who
this
made the
happened
comic.
Marvel, so it's basically canon.
Is it new?
It should be canon.
Yeah, it's new.
Oh, then that's fine.
Yung
This
Douglas
is
Young-
before he meets Chewie. He meets him in the movie, so I'm assuming he gets the wife after that.
Interesting.
So that's my question? Is Sandy Newton?
Oh,
the
no,
wife?
no.
Because that's
No.
She kind of looks like it in the comics.
No.
Okay.
She's Woody Harrelson's girl for the
Oh.
intro part,
Okay.
the intro set piece.
Anything else, boys?
That Bumblebee.
Hey, man.
Hey, we're excited for that,
I'm
right?
excited for that.
Okay.
To an extent, except Raffy needs to watch Transformers 5
No,
because Bumblebee killed Hitler.
You're gonna have to tie me down.
I'm
to
not
a fucking
lying.
chair.
Bumblebee
And I will
kills
think
Hitler.
watch it.
BJ stands for Bumblebee Jumper.
Dude,
Whatever.
fucking, I need to say this on record.
Yeah.
People freaking out about Bumblebee being smaller, and they're going like,
Yeah.
"Oh my god, he looks so young."
Well, it's set in the 80s.
It's set in the 80s, but he fucking killed Hitler, and he was fully grown.
I mean, I really
And
wish
he's
this
like,
is a reboot.
he's at least 1,000,000 years old
Yeah,
too.
totally.
I really wish this is a
And it
reboot.
has so much like
It was rumored to be a reboot,
That
but I think
trailer.
the next one is.
the trailer did nothing for me.
It did nothing.
Nothing.
It's just cool that they transform like the toys.
I know,
But that's
for
it.
us, what do we?
No,
get from
that's
it?
the only good part.
Yeah, the Transformers movies have never really done anything for me
What
either.
do you like about the trailer?
The trailer?
Yeah, you're hype about the trailer. I want to know.
Well,
No, it's not hype. It's just
not
like
hype.
we're hoping it's good.
I'm hoping.
It looks good.
No,
Okay.
because one thing, this is I don't know, like
It's not Michael Bay directing though.
it's not Michael Bay directing.
Good
The
sign.
animators are the animators who work with let's say Kubo and the Two Strings.
Yeah,
So animation's good. Like the robots in the trailer,
Transform like the toys?
hindi siya nakakahilo.
Okay.
Yun lang yun.
They,
Like, Michael Bay
it's a
robots-
medium. They have the same face. There's still some panel shifting, but they transform for the most part like the toys.
Yeah, and
Alright.
basta hindi siya nakakahilo.
Because I never understood how the Bayformers transform.
That's my complaint when watching Bayformers. I can't really see that much of the action
Oh,
because
it's a jumble.
it's all a blur
That's
for some reason.
That's because of Michael Bay's editing.
Yun nga eh.
Yeah.
He likes
So
to
at
cut.
least this one has some sort of steady shots
Hopefully.
of it. Sana.
Hopefully, there's coherence with the scenes.
Yeah.
It's like fucking kunyari in Transformers 4. The first big, not the first, the second big clash between Galvatron and Optimus in Hong Kong. Oh, they're running, they're about to punch each other. Before the punch, cut to the humans. And then, like, a few seconds, I think less than a minute, cut back to Optimus, and he's fucking climbing a building, running away. Like, when did you get
What
there?
happened? Yeah.
Where is
Yeah.
the running to that building? Why are you already 3 stories up?
But
yeah.
I think, Raffy, I can understand the hype for possible hype.
The hype for like
What?
Hope versus
That's a
despair.
Hope versus despair.
No,
It's a few
but
rounds.
but that's the thing. Like I think the most, like the one reason why I'm hopeful for this movie is because this is a bit smaller compared to
Smaller scope?
Transformers.
Yeah,
a
smaller scale
scope.
would work a lot better for this.
Yeah, and stuff like that, like smaller projects tend to kind of have
More love.
meatier, yeah, more love or meatier
Totally.
story. I
Work up
guess.
to a bigger story like what Avengers did.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So
I
let's
can
see.
understand that.
It
And
just
Raff-
feels like
Fucking
Sorry.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
You watched the second one now,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good.
Michael Bay did not direct
both
that.
of them good.
But the second one is way better than the
Yes,
first because
I'd say so.
it feels more like the old cartoon.
Personality wise, yes.
Because you got Michael Bay is not as involved anymore.
But I can't see it in the trailer. Like, it
Yeah, the trailer
feels like,
really does nothing.
It feels like Transformers 1. Like,
Mm.
the
You
hero
know-
kid finds Bumblebee in a junkyard.
You know what it
They
feels
even
like?
played the Bernie Mac clip of him saying,
Oh, rip Bernie Mac.
I love that clip. Actually.
Sure, but like,
Mac.
how
you know,
does...
you know what it feels like?
Uh,
It feels like Shape of Water.
Oh
I haven't
no,
watched it.
I haven't.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't.
Why does it feel like that?
Because it's Haley Stable being kind of close to Bumblebee.
Somebody gonna sex a fish.
And that stupid
Oh,
underwater
no.
scenes like that thing.
She's gonna have sex with this car.
No.
Yeah,
I
it did
don't
feel
know.
like that, didn't it? Like,
It feels
when
like
she
Shape of
slid
Water.
under Bumblebee,
Like-
then he
Like
became
the
like...
bond between man and machine.
It feels like Furby.
Furby?
Herbie, sorry.
Yeah, because I'm like,
Yeah,
like that
Furby's
toy.
there.
Furby's the
That-
toy,
yeah.
the gremlin.
The assistant from
Herbie.
Masked Rider Black.
Oh no, it's Ferguson.
Herbie.
No, it's Furbus.
Herbie, the
Purpose,
reboot
uh,
with Lindsay Lohan.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
That's it. Like, oh,
Did she fuck the car in that movie?
I haven't seen it, but I assume she did.
I mean, she's been inside
the car thinks they had sex.
It's not serious.
Anyways,
Anything else, boys?
At least when it came to the first Transformers movie back in 07, it's like, are we gonna see a full CGI movie in 2007?
no.
We kind of did. Like,
Kind
it's
of.
more than because that's like even Iron Man wasn't doing as much
Right.
at the time.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, because the rest have been so bad.
Mm-mm-mm-mm.
Hopefully, it's good.
Hopefully.
I hope it's good.
I don't
Jesus,
see
I
it.
hope it's at least
I don't see it.
okay.
Hmm.
I don't like Michael Bay's editing style.
My hope for that movie is like I can't see it, just like John Cena. It was also in
Hey man, aren't you please hype?
Oh,
Yeah,
the Bay formers, they transform, and they cheat.
yeah.
But there's still some coherence to the transformation. Because if you look at the 3D model for Optimus Prime in truck mode, his arms are in the nose. And it's one of the reasons why they picked a long-nosed truck. Because they needed the space for his arms.
Cool.
Because he still has a regular body in there. It's just all the externals are the cheap parts.
Yeah.
So there's that.
What about you, Raph, man? Anything you looking forward to?
I still really need to prepare for this part. I always forget what I'm looking forward to. But we
Are you gonna-
me and my
you
boy
looking-
Cheesy Chimps, we cooking up some
Oh,
good
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah,
Cooking up
there
some
you
good
go.
stuff.
Them drawings,
Some
son.
drawings and possibly a future collaboration.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. We'll speak more about it once we get stuff really going.
I'm looking forward to going to ToyCon tomorrow.
Ooh. Yo, we're missing out on the fucking Andrew Lincoln cosplayer.
Andrew Lincoln.
Yeah.
Have you not seen this man?
I've seen that.
He
That's
fucking
Rick.
looks like Andrew Lincoln.
Fucking
Like
He
Rick
sounds
from The
like
Walking
Andrew.
Dead.
Rick from The Walking Dead. Okay.
Yeah.
he's one for one. This guy, isn't he? Like
I think he's wider long than him, like
Yeah.
better built. Because Andrew Lincoln's really lanky.
sure, but if you look at him, like
Yeah, you wouldn't if you just
Yeah.
looked and heard him. You'd think it was actually Rick.
Yeah.
if he came up to me and said like, "Hello, it's me, Andrew Lincoln
From Melbourne.
from Melbourne."
But
I'm
he's
from
British.
I don't care.
There might be a Melbourne British. Like,
And I
super
believe
confusing.
him. He's like
yeah.
he looks like him.
Oh,
Like,
man.
if we were being punked, like if news
I
comes
would
out
think it's him.
in a month from now that says Andrew Lincoln just fooled everyone in the Philippines dresses as cosplayer, just parang, I wouldn't be surprised.
When I told you in the comments,
Yeah.
parang the one who quit the Walking Dead series wasn't Andrew Lincoln, it's that
Yeah.
It's that
cosplayer.
guy.
Oh, man.
He looks
just
like
got
him.
punked.
Even the mannerisms.
He's just stunt double.
Yeah.
It might be better than the original because, like, his speech tone is very fixed.
Yeah, and it's an accent that doesn't exist.
It doesn't.
Like
it's so
not
fake.
yeah, like
Yeah.
Like fucking the Shanisher is that's the one.
yeah,
Yeah.
That's why he's the better character.
yeah. You're hitting ToyCon tomorrow?
Yes, I will be hitting ToyCon tomorrow with the Donna.
I shall try, but I don't think so.
I'll try as well.
Denise's recital is tomorrow.
Recital?
Dance,
for
dance.
No. She's been doing the theater workshop.
All right.
Cool.
Like every
We've been seeing
week.
the updates.
And tomorrow I shall
Cool.
watch their play. It's
Shana
really cool.
All the luck. Oh wait, no, not
She'll
luck.
do
All the
Hamilton.
breakings of legs.
Right.
Good.
Because it's bad to wish
It's
someone
bad luck.
Yeah, it's bad luck to wish someone luck.
There's a song about that.
Really?
It's bad luck to say good luck on opening night.
Oh, there you go. Break all the legs.
The producers.
Mm-hmm.
I broke my leg.
We should break this leg and turn it into an episode.
That would be a good trade.
That's a good trade.
Also, we're running out of time, legit.
Yeah,
Hey.
legitimately. We all good, man.
Yeah.
Keep it going.
Keep it going.
Don't get caught.
Keep it going. No plugs. No
No,
nothing.
no plugs?
The regular show.
Facebook.com/goodtrades. YouTube.com/goodtrades.
Twitter.com/ is it Good Trades Brigade?
Good
Yeah.
trades.
I think it's good trade.
Right.
Put
For,
it on the Google machine.
it's not that easy to look us up. I've tried.
Just look for
Oh,
Good
really?
Trades Brigade.
Good
Yeah.
Trades
Right.
Brigade, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And soon the website shall be coming up.
Right. No,
Soon.
nothing new outside of that.
Yeah.
No YouTubes, no nothing.
Nope.
I don't think we have any
No, nothing.
like videos upcoming or anything,
No,
right?
nothing.
No,
Not
nothing.
yet. Not yet.
But you have this episode.
Coming out soon, though.
Black
We're
suits
working
coming.
That was fun.
Keep it going, guys. Bye.
Nod your head.
Like this.
Going.
Oh,
Oh, what? Black tits?
What
No?
did you say?
dudes.
That's gonna be the title of the episode. Sorry.